welcome to the Level Up Show, episode 209. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori, and I'm joined tonight by the classy douchebag, Mike McLaughlin.
Hola.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a week.
You've had a rough week.
I've had
Go ahead, tell us about your rough week.
No, so my job has changed.
Okay.
It, officially changed on Monday. So the first day back after our long, fun weekend was the first day of the new changes. So it's like getting in the handle of that. And we kind of went over some stuff that I was going to be doing the week before. But obviously we had 3 days of just excessive work. I had 3 days of excessive drinking. So
yes. Not me. Not
you as much.
No, not really at all. Honestly,
yeah,
I told
you
everybody I had
drink
like
almost
maybe
anything.
like 5 beers total.
Yeah, the whole weekend.
The entire
That was
weekend.
crazy. I thought you were gonna.
No, I wasn't really feeling that. I was just kind of happy to get away and like have a kind of
weekend though.
Down weekend.
I want to say like that was I was not expecting it to be as fun as it was.
We had a bachelor party weekend. For anybody who doesn't know, our buddy Pat's getting married next month, and we had a whole weekend up in the Poconos. Play some frisbee golf, play Super Nintendo, and
a lot more fun than I anticipated it being.
That was a lot of fun.
Like he was like, "Oh, we're playing frisbee golf," because originally we were going to do whitewater rafting, and then it was going to be paintball, and then he's like, "Well, I think we're going to do frisbee golf." I'm like, exciting, awesome. Like,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
No, right, exactly, it's him. But no, that was actually I'll tell you, I was thinking about too.
And penis ball.
And we did play a lot of penis ball. 16 guys in a cabin up in the mountains drinking and playing penis ball.
Yep.
That's how I've been describing the bachelor party.
Doug's here.
Doug's here.
Since the penis ball was fun. It was.
But like I don't think it would have been nearly as fun as well if there were A, less people, and B, it hadn't just snowed a shit ton.
Yeah.
Like I think the excessive amounts of snow made it a lot more entertaining.
I would agree with that. I think it was a little exhausting on top of that. I mean, you were like trudging through some heavy snow here and there. There were spots where it's like
I walked into a creek at one point because I was the first one towards the cars, and I walked right into the creek. I'm like, oh hey, water here.
It was no joke, man.
God, I got waterproof boots, man. Can you imagine if I had just stuck with the sneakers?
When he first came, he only had with sneakers, and then
me and Google,
they were smart enough to go out before frisbee golf and Walmart or something.
I think
you just grab a couple boots, some cheap boots. Yeah. Very smart, because that would have been rough.
That would have been terrible. I don't know how Jones handled it.
Overall, it was a really fun weekend. Yeah.
But we actually there's something I want to implement. I really think we could. I would like to try to do some maybe like every once in a while, or for certain things like a card game night. There are definitely card games that we could definitely play with the group. And in talking to our one buddy, and one of the games we did play as well. Yeah. I've already thought about how we would actually implement it. We would have to mount this over top of the table, clear this off.
We can make it work.
I already know I have it in my head of
for sure we can make it work.
But there's definitely it was definitely very entertaining.
The one that we played, Code Names, I think it was called.
That's exactly what
that was a lot of fun.
That was really fun, and that's something the chat could
absolutely
partake in.
They could all they gotta do is see
especially
enough
Discord.
The titles.
We can make it a Discord thing.
Yeah.
That could be our Discord night.
It totally could. It totally could be a Discord night, yeah.
But yeah, no, so work was rough, and it's been a week, so it's just been readjusting.
And that's why you didn't stream.
Yeah, that's the main reason I didn't stream. I was going to try to stream this morning, but it didn't seem like anybody was really around. People were doing their own thing, so...
A lot of people are like, what's in the box? I honestly forgot I left that here. Sorry, guys. This is another box from Dirty Habanero Jameis. He has graced us with more... probably treats to eat live on stream. So we can do that. Let's make sure he's here first. Really cool. We're already at 35 viewers in the room. Nice. Real quick start tonight. People flooding in. Probably because
those days.
We're going to be talking about God of War tonight, and I think people saw that in the tweets and everything going out there. Everybody is so freaking excited about God of War.
Literally just in the car listening to Kyle Bossman talk about it.
Everybody's so excited after that gameplay. 15 minutes of gameplay this week. So towards the end of the stream, our topic of the week, sub-only chat during that, will be God of War hype train. Jump on board. Woo! Woo! Like, get it going. Like,
what day does it come out?
It comes out April 20th, 4/20. Okay.
Why are we not talking about Far Cry before that, though?
I mean, I've got nothing to say on Far Cry.
Oh, my God.
Besides that, I watched Hyper RPG. Kyle, not Kyle. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Not Dave.
What the hell? Why am I drawing a blank on his name? It's not Kyle, right? Is it Kyle?
No.
You said Kyle Bossman, so that completely threw me off. Well, anyway, the main guy from Zach.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. Zach Eubank from Hyper RPG was playing the opening to Far Cry 5. Have you seen the opening?
I've been trying to be on media blackout.
That's why I'm not going to explain it.
That you posted the thing about somebody being in the game, I'm like, I'm staying out of this channel for a few
All
minutes.
I will say is I was borderline terrified of what was going on. It was creepy and really well shot, and I wouldn't call it shot, but like the cinematography of it all and the way the action went down and how it just goes right into a crazy set piece moment right off the bat. It was a really, really good opening.
I'm expecting a very similar opening to Red State, where like it's going to feel very much like Red State.
It was edge of your seat, like holy shit. I can't believe how like I'm thrown into this quickly, you know, like it goes right into it. And
I'm going to be streaming
it was Tuesday, so good looking that I actually was like, I kind of want to play it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to
be getting it on disc. So
okay, well maybe at some point if you want to let me borrow it, but I will resist. I've got Ni no Kuni, I've got God of War, of course, next month, and Bloodborne. I'm continuing with, so I'm going to focus on those.
I almost went back to that.
Yeah,
I almost went back to that, or not Bloodborne, Dark Souls, but I decided to start playing Celeste. Myself.
We can talk about all that. Let's get into what we've been playing. But after, welcome everybody. We appreciate you all being here. Over 30 people in the room already. Keep sharing that show. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. We're going to be talking about God of War later on tonight. You can share a hashtag with that as well to let people know that's what's going on. To all the people in the room, if you enjoy the show and you haven't yet followed, hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/TheLevelUpShow. Turn on notifications. Make sure you get alerts whenever we go live, which is 5-6 times a week at this point. On top of that, prize wheel is active. Anything worth $5 or more gets you a spin of the prize wheel. That means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, sharing, tipping, and hosting for 10 viewers or more. A lot of people still don't know this, but if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can link that up with Twitch Prime, and you can sub to our channel for free.
And you get a crap ton of games also.
Yes, 5 games. We'll talk about that later on. Yeah, the games this month are pretty solid, too. Twitch Prime is a really, really great service. All you gotta do is link up that Amazon Prime, and one channel a month can get a free sub from you, and you could grace us with that if you want. We hope that you do.
You should.
Yes, please. And with that, let's jump into what we've been playing. I'll start with Ni no Kuni 2. Okay. Because it just released this week. And we can't talk about Far Cry yet. Ni no Kuni 2, another game that started off so much faster than I expected it to. Like, it throws a crazy twist, in a sense, at you in a minute and 30 seconds. Like, I don't want to say exactly what happens, even though it is the first minute and 30 seconds. But, of course, you are a human. Excuse me, let me take a drink here. You are a human in the real world to start. And just like the original Ni no Kuni, you travel to the other world, this more fantasy world. But what happens to send you there at the beginning? I was like, whoa, like that's dark, man.
Is it dark?
I was like, that's really dark. Like, you know, the first one's kind of dark as well because it's your mom and all that.
Right.
This one, completely different and more dark.
You killed a child.
No. Let's just say a lot of people die.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people die. And for some reason, you are lucky enough to be transported during this horrible event that happens. Okay. But it was like a holy crap moment. Well, yeah, the movie says a WTF moment. I was like, wow, that was not expected. And then another hour and a half later, they throw another twist at you with a character that I wasn't expecting. I won't say more than that, but I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, they actually surprised me twice in an hour and a half. Like, that's a good start. And on top of that, the gameplay, now more action-based than the first game. First game was turn-based with a kind of Pokemon-esque system with the, remember what they were called?
Nope. Cuties.
The cuties. Damn, what were they called?
I don't know.
I'm gonna draw.
Roll with cuties. I think it rolls.
The cuties. Somebody correct us. This one you have like Yiddle-yees or something like that. I can't remember what they're called. They're like familiars. Thank you, Tobes. No, and this cuties. One, it's like Yiddle-yees, Higgle-dees. There it is. Higgle-dees is this one. You got Higgle-dees now, but you can't. Thank you so much for the sub. You can't use them as if they were Pokemon, where you're like bringing them into battle. They just always are with you.
Halfway there to 1 year. Wow. Also, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
If you are watching, Mom, hello. Yeah, the Higgle-dees are a little weird. I'm not sure how to feel about them yet because they're always with you. And somebody said during boss battles, it can be very useful. You can go to them. They'll surround you. They might heal you or give you a different skill, stuff like that. I haven't gotten that far yet where I've figured out a good use for them. So right now I'm just kind of like, what's the point of these guys? I miss familiars. But everything else about the battle system is awesome. It feels so good. It's Kingdom Hearts. It really is basically Kingdom Hearts. You have, you know, in Kingdom Hearts, you hold down the trigger and it opens up the skill menu with the magic. It's just like that.
Just like that?
Yeah, and then like hacking and slashing with a heavy and a light attack. You have skills that fill up as you use weapons. You can equip 3 close range weapons and 1 long range, which is really cool actually, because you got a pistol and swords at the same time, which is like you're just hashing away, then you're just like shooting your gun and going back to hash, like, you know, hacking and slashing, which is pretty cool. And your 3 weapons. Yes, exactly. And then you got your higgledies surrounding you, going nuts. So you're filling up these weapons with what's called Zing, if I remember right. And once you get to 100%, you can use skills. But since you have 3 weapons, you can alternate between those weapons and try and get them all close to 100% at all times. So you're constantly switching between weapons or having it on semi-automatic where it does it itself, because you want those weapons to have Zing so you can quickly switch over and do a skill at the same time. And then on top of that, you can quickly pause and use potions or this and that. So it's Kingdom Hearts. But I would honestly say in some ways a little more fast-paced than Kingdom Hearts. The only thing that's a little slower is the jumping. It doesn't really have like a quick jump that Kingdom Hearts has, where you feel like you can dash around all this. You can roll like Kingdom Hearts, but it doesn't feel that quick in the agility sense, I guess you could say. But I'm really, you know, I played 3 hours on Friday on launch day, and I thought it was off to a great start. And a lot of people are saying this is better than the first one. So, you know me, I love the first one.
Right, you did.
Probably my favorite RPG of the PS3.
Twice, didn't you?
Probably 1.5 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you playing through it a second time.
It was that good. I mean, and I know Joey Vantera, who's watching right now, he's playing it for the first time, and he's like, oh my god, these cutscenes, like these animated cutscenes, because they look like Studio Ghibli style cutscenes, like that polished. And that is one of my disappointments in the sequel, is all the cutscenes are real time, which isn't bad because it's a beautiful game, absolutely beautiful game. But it loses a little bit of that charm of having actual Studio Ghibli animated cutscenes. You know what I mean?
You don't have to take part in it.
Yeah, it's missing that in some sense. The other complaint would be that a lot of it isn't voice acted, which is a little surprising.
You know what? That was the thing that really threw me off. I'm like, man, for something that was so big budget for them, you know, going from the first one especially. Like, I mean, the first one definitely had a good sized budget to it, but this one was even more so. And to then even push it back further into development, you know, because it was supposed to come out, what, in November? December?
I'm not sure.
That it was supposed to come out last year. It was supposed to come out in 2017, and they pushed it back. So to not only have those two things working with it, like, why would you not put the voice in there?
Make out with you.
And that too. Why didn't they do that either?
No, I will not.
2001 though.
A fantastic channel and a fantastic community. Love to hang and lurk in the chat.
Oh man,
Bowser, thank you so much.
Bowser.
The
Bowser. Thank you so much. He wanted to be the top cheerer of the week, which is awesome.
Go.
There you go. 1001. Top cheer. Hitman. All you gotta do is two bits and you're now back to top cheer. A lot of support this week. Of course, in the game streams, you guys are continuously supporting the full-time dream every week, and I can't thank you enough. Billy Madison. We have a lot of Adam Sandler audio hooks, if you guys didn't know.
Need more, though.
Honestly, there's so many that still haven't been found.
Right.
I'll just tell you, because I think everybody knows at this point, there's a different audio hook for every $5, and there's a different audio hook for every 500 bits. So 500 bits has an audio hook, 1,000 bits has an audio hook, 1,500, 2,000, and so on. There's, I think, 40 or 50 Adam Sandler hooks in there. Jeez, and I've only heard maybe 6, 7 total on the stream. So there's a lot more that people. There's a couple on there that I'm glad we haven't heard yet.
Oh.
Like I'll just say it. One of them is, you get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog.
I want that though.
I think it's one of the high end ones.
But like that would be amazing. If
that's one of the high end ones. The Price is Wrong bitch is in there. A few other good ones. There's some good ones in there. A lot of Sandler.
That's a lot of Sandler. That's true. That's true for you.
Yeah.
Every single episode of the show, usually unintentionally, for I would say the first 100, 150 episodes, there was always an Adam Sandler comment.
Unintentional. It really was. Just happens. Yeah. Happy Gilmore, one of my favorite movies. Just comes out of me. But anyway, I still 100% recommend Ni no Kuni 2. It is.
Don't ignore it.
It's a wonderful RPG. Just off the start alone, after 3 hours, I can say it's a wonderful RPG. A few nagging things here and there, but overall, I'm really enjoying my experience, and I can't wait to continue it next week. Yeah.
Nice. I'm a little disappointed to say I didn't get to jump into Sea of Thieves this week.
Okay.
I'm holding off on that. I'm holding hope. I'm going to try to remain
that they have like updates or something.
I'm hoping that it goes the way of No Man's Sky, and I want my first experience with it to be the right way. Like I look at it like I look at Division. Like imagine if I had jumped into Division now versus when I first launched. If I had jumped into it now and found like a group to play, like, holy shit, like that would be a completely different game for me. So that's what I want from this. Like it looks very bare bones, and there's a lot of people that are enjoying it. There's nothing wrong with the game. It plays very well, and if you have a good group of friends to play with, like it's definitely very enjoyable. But that's not the type of game that I'm in for right now. Like it definitely, to me, I feel like it needs more RPG-ish elements and stuff like that. Like things to find and discover. It reuses a lot of the same quests. And
They're
stuff like that.
saying in interviews that that has never been really their goal with this game.
Right.
Do you believe them, or do you think this was rushed?
No, I don't think it was rushed. I feel like it was one of those things where they had thought of the idea and started making it. Because I don't think, I mean, Rare is not a huge, or Retro is not a huge.
No, Rare. You got it right the first time. Rare.
I thought it was Retro.
Yep, same guys. Banjo-Kazooie guys.
No,
Rare.
That. Okay, so but even they're not a huge studio anymore. They haven't been for a while. They're not in the same scope as like God of War, or, Massive or any of these types of. So like to develop a game like this in the scope that we would need it, I don't think it was ever like we need to have this right away. I think it was let's see what works for this type thing. Let's see if people jump onto this and everything like that. I think they wanted to implement some things and maybe it just didn't work, and they were just like, well, we'll put it out. People seem to like it, and we'll go with it because. I don't know. I think that, I mean, if you look at the Reddit and everything like that, there are some people that are angry, but there are a lot of people that are like, nope, this is exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah, there are. So. I think even for those people, though, they're starting to get to that point where it's, okay, I've done this, I've done that. Like, what else is there?
Right.
Is there anything more than killing some skeletons, collecting some loot, bringing it on your boat, having somebody else try and steal it from you?
Right. There's no home base. There's no, there's really no reason to keep playing besides the enjoyable times of sailing the seas with your friends, right? Which is fine. But again, that can get very repetitive. So I don't know. I wanted to get it. I wanted to look forward to it, but I can't get into it right now.
Okay. Understandable.
We're born again in the game and say the sea of thieves is hard. But that said, I did jump into Celeste, like I was saying.
Before we get to that, two things. One, don't worry, guys. Your prize wheel spins are coming to Split Maniac, I believe, and to Bowser for his big cheer. We do wheel spin segments now for them in the show, so we will be getting to our wheel spin segment in like another 20 minutes or so, the first one of the night. The other thing I want to say is it is Discord night, so if anybody wants to talk with us, we don't have Kelly, we don't have Joe tonight, so it would be wonderful to bring some people into the stream to talk about the stories, maybe even talk about God of War in Topic of the Week. So if you would like to get on Discord night, you can get on our Discord at discord.gg/levelupnetwork. Discord, just gonna say it a few more times, and get into the Q channel. I think it's called Discord Night Q. If you are a sub or a patron, if you have that role on Discord, you can jump right into there. And there's also redemption that even if you aren't a sub or a patron, you can activate Discord Night for tonight alone, and you'll become a VIP. Cost some XP. It's available in streamlabs.com/levelupshow, but even better, they've added extensions to mobile now as well. It doesn't matter if you're on mobile, you can also use extensions. So if you haven't yet, update your Twitch app, and you will see that little puzzle piece, and you can play games, you can redeem things, all that right from the mobile app, which is great news. So keep that in mind as well if you want to try and get into Discord night tonight.
I think Joe just told everybody that his girlfriend has diarrhea problems.
Oh, does that mean he's going to join us?
Apparently.
Really? Is that what he said?
He is now.
Oh, no.
If not, I'm gonna at him in a Discord over and over again.
Yeah, please do.
I like that that's the new thing.
That's the new thing, yeah. Oh, we're up to 50 people in the room. We're climbing tonight.
55, yeah.
Please, both of them.
Please
and please, both share the show, guys. Let's get up to 60, 70. Let's see how high we can get tonight. Discorded. Please, we would love to talk with you. But anyway, yes, please, tell me about Celeste. How did you feel about it? Because it was one of my favorite platformers
I
in a long
actually
time.
was like, dude, do I need to go to the show tonight? Because I kind of want to just sit here, play that, have the office run in the background. Like, I only played it for about 40 minutes. I just finished the second chapter. And I was actually really happy with how well I was handling it. Because I was really afraid that I need to get all those strawberries. That's going to be how I'm gonna play.
It's a lot of strawberries.
Throughout the first one, I missed 5. And then through the second one, I missed 2.
That's good.
That second one pisses me off because I have no desire to play through that one again.
Okay.
Because that last part with like the evil Medellins chasing you.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that that's got to be where I missed them.
Okay.
And I have zero desire to
Yeah, I tried to get a lot of them, but it wasn't to the point where I was willing to stick around in an area for 30 minutes to an hour on stream and try and get a strawberry over and over again.
Right, like I absolutely intend to go back and do it. The same reason, like I look at there's certain games and it doesn't seem like my type of thing normally, but like games like that, games like SteamWorld Dig, like Ori and the Blind Forest, those are games that like I love because there's a lot of little secrets and little hidden things that you can go back and grab and this and that. But SteamWorld Dig and Celeste are very similar to me in that vein, to where you can go through. There's a puzzle. There's a certain way to do it, and it can be challenging. But then once you figure it out, you can absolutely get through it the right way. But I love it. I'm so looking forward to doing it. The only thing I regret is not having it on the Switch. I wish I had it on the Switch because that would have been a perfect Switch game.
Have you had any issues with her not dashing in the direction you were trying to make her dash in? That's my one complaint with the game, is I felt like the joystick, I don't know if it was the zone or whatnot, but sometimes I would be pressing up into the right to do a diagonal up dash, and she would just go right instead, you know?
Yes and no. Only a little bit, but I also, like I told you, I can't play with the stick right now.
Okay.
So I have to play with the D-pad.
Moofy says yes. Yeah.
What?
He agrees. Moofy is agreeing with me. He loves Celeste, but that's his complaint, I think, as well.
Physical copy of Owlboy. Yo, fuck Owlboy.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I want to play that now, but it left such a sour taste in my mouth from giving me such a problem that I had to have Ori fight the owls for me.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
When do you think that's coming out?
What, Owlboy?
Ori.
Oh, the second one? I would say...
You think it's this year?
I
hope so, man.
I will say that right now, there's the only reason I'm thinking it could be is because of the lackluster slew of games in Microsoft's pipeline. For the current year, first party titles. I know that's not the thing, but normally I would say it's going to be 2019, and I would say it's probably going to be like a March, April 2019 game. But I'm going to bet you anything they're going to promise it for 2018, and then it's going to get pushed back again.
That's a bummer. They've got a rough year if they don't start announcing some games.
They've had a rough year.
They've had a rough couple years now.
Yeah, it's been getting ridiculous.
Yeah. And then Sea of Thieves was their big release, and it's got like a 65 on OpenCritic, not reviewing very well. And then did you guys see the exclusive PlayStation trailer where they just threw 15 exclusives in there and put together this really cool video montage?
I didn't watch it yet.
It's really, really well put together, and it released the day after Sea of Thieves, so I doubt it was intentional, but it's almost like...
It has to be intentional.
Oh, man, they're just digging the knife in there.
Thieves thing for a while, so they knew what they were doing.
Maybe. It felt like they were digging a knife, just twisting it.
And they should be, and that's what I think bothers me. It's like, listen, the console itself is fine. The system itself, the console as a unit, as a piece of computer hardware is great, but there's no reason, in my opinion, to have it. And that's what sucks, is I want a reason to have it. I want people like Rick to feel like he should pay for live. Same thing with Dean, but the fact that both of them, are constantly sitting there like, why do I have this thing? There's no reason for me to have it. And there's no reason for me to get it now that I have the PC. But at the same time, I don't even open the Xbox store. There's no reason for me to open the Xbox. I just open Steam because there's no reason that I would need to look at it because there's nothing special in there that I can't get on there. And it sucks, but that's the state of it.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right. Enough of that. Let's get into the official non-gaming portion of the show. We're also going to do a little bit of a recap on Trophy War, guys, in a little bit. So you definitely want to stick around for that, especially the people that are in Trophy War, because we're going to be going over the rules and all that kind of stuff. And we hope we can get some more people into Trophy War, because we have 15 right now, and we really want to get to 20. But we'll discuss that in a moment.
As well, I have a special addition to Prize Wheels.
Oh.
Yes.
Should I be nervous?
Yes.
Be afraid. All right. Well, let's get into the official non-gaming portion of the show. It's called The Level Up Show Has No Game. 3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Are we ready?
Well.
There you go. First up. So, nothing to see here is what I put, because remember last week we talked about Deadpool 2 and the screenings not being so positive? Well, literally 4 days later, another group of screenings came out. These ones to just regular, viewers, I guess you could say, and did very well. So much actually that it got a 98 review score from those viewers and a 94 for the other viewing. Each of those viewings both better than the 91 that Deadpool 1 got.
have the one ending and another one had a different ending?
Exactly, and they're going to go with the 98, of course, now
absolutely.
for the theatrical cut.
But I would hope that I get to see what the other one is, because I kind of want to know what
maybe in the the
director's
Blu-ray or whatever. But most importantly, Deadpool 1 got a 91 user score, so both of these viewings had a considerably higher score. I mean, these are the people you want to care about, right? You don't. Who cares about the critics that much?
I said that last week. I said it, or 2 weeks ago when we were watching it. I was like, it doesn't matter. These people, honestly, in my opinion, it means literally nothing to me at that time. And this exactly goes to show why I said that, because those types of people that are watching it that early oftentimes are a little jaded and out of touch. They're the people that are giving these really bizarre, obscure indies the top scores that the majority of viewers don't care about as much, just because they've seen everything on Earth and we haven't.
In less exciting Deadpool news, we have to mention as well that the animated series that was supposed to be spearheaded by Donald Glover, something went wrong. Creative differences is what they're saying, but Donald Glover is no longer attached to that, and I'm not entirely sure that it's even happening anymore. It seems like it's not.
I mean, I'm fine with it not. I'm okay with it. Donald Glover can focus on Spider-Man, and I'll be good with that.
Or Atlanta, which is an award-winning show for him now. I mean,
yes.
And let's not forget Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly, in the new one.
The guy's insanely talented. He has nothing to worry about, I don't think. But moving on.
6 seasons of the movie.
6 seasons of the movie. Let's talk a little bit about Avengers. Everybody's just through the roof excited. But I did read something, and this could be considered a spoiler. So for the next
red herring.
Or red herring. For the next 1 minute and 45 seconds, maybe put on your earmuffs if you are really sensitive to Avengers spoilers. But supposedly, Chris Evans is out after Avengers 4, which is the next Avengers. This is Avengers 3, Infinity War, so maybe the next one's Infinity Gauntlet, I don't know. But it seems like Chris Evans is saying he likely will not return after that, which kind of implies that he's going to die, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's been one of those things where I've assumed this, and I think anybody that's been paying attention to what's going on, both between how they've been setting everything up, knowing who Thanos is, as well as what he does, and watching interviews with the Russo brothers, and them basically saying, like, Marvel said we can do whatever the hell we want, and we're doing whatever the hell we want, and you'll see it pretty quickly.
Yeah, they said they were allowed to kill off anybody.
They're like, you can do whatever you want with this. And so I think it makes sense. It does, the way they said that, though, kind of leads credence to what I'm thinking is going to happen for the second movie. But I'm not bummed about this, and I'm fine with it. I think there definitely does need to be a change of garb when it comes to Marvel. And I think it definitely takes away from it if they don't. So as much as I hate to see something like that, because he's become so close to me for Marvel, it's needed. It absolutely is needed, because it's getting a little stale almost in a way.
It kind of sucks for me just because I'm really, really starting to enjoy Evans' Captain America more than ever, especially with the beard.
Yeah, it's been ramping up.
The beard, man, just looks so good. I mean, look at this shot, man. That's the best shot of the trailer right there. It's so good. So I'll be a little bummed to see him go if he decides, but maybe he's just negotiating. No?
No, I think it has to do with the movies.
You think so?
I think it has to do with storyline.
He is somebody that always came off to me like he doesn't want to overstay his welcome.
No, I think he respects it.
Yeah.
I think he respects it a lot.
I respect him, man.
Really, he can go back to playing the Human Torch.
Yeah. Right. And lastly, Steven Spielberg, of course, Ready Player One coming out very soon and doing pretty well. It's got 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, but he is known to say some things that don't gel well with our generation, our demographic. He seems sometimes like old man yelling at a cloud.
Yep.
And there's another instance of that because he's saying that streaming films, specifically Netflix, should not be eligible for Academy Awards. And another thing that just happened as well is that Cannes Film Festival just banned Netflix films.
Which is crazy to me. And then I also saw a news story where it was, I think the title was Old Man Yells at Cloud. Because shut the fuck up. Oh my God, how daft. Like, and more so how pompous. Like, it's worse. It's like one of those things where how can you define, like, okay, it has to hit a box office in order to be considered a true movie?
That's
no.
his
That's
argument,
not how this works. A movie is a story told over a certain length of time. I think a short film can be anything less than 40 odd minutes, I think it is, and then a movie has to be over an hour and 10.
Okay.
I think is what it is. I think there's like a and I mean, it's almost like an unspoken rule, but that's basically what it is. And Rick's right; it's absolutely nonsense. There's no reason that it's not a movie just because you didn't have to spend as much money on it and put it into a box office and then potentially lose money on it.
Could I play devil's advocate a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. The only thing that I think might be not accurate, but have some credence to it, is that the film industry, the theater experience especially, is in danger.
Yes.
And I think
okay with that.
That is what he's concerned about more than anything else. More than, I don't want more competition from Netflix and this and that. I think he's legitimately concerned that the theater experience is going to die. And he's probably right. It is going to die.
Oh, it absolutely is. And that's a terrifying thing, but that's not the way you approach it. That just basically, to me, that's one of those things where by saying that, a lot of, the things he says after that, almost are null and void. Like, I'm like, you know what, you're just an ass, and I don't care about what you say now because you have a very poor view on this, and say what you will about being open-minded. That's how you're going to view him. You are now, if this makes an impact to you in the same way it does to me, I'm going to look at Steven Spielberg as a guy who's just talking out of his ass. So while I agree with you and I don't want that to ever happen, I will definitely fight for that, and I'll definitely champion that as well. It's like Rick said, he also said superhero movies were dying.
A lot of people did. I'll be honest, a lot of people did. And there was a point where I was a little burnt out on superhero films. So I don't really hold it against them on that. It wasn't until very recently that I felt like we got a really strong slew of superhero films. Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming, Black Panther. They knocked it out of the park with so many in a row that I'm like, okay, I'm back on board. Yeah, we can keep going with this for a while.
Superhero movies are definitely overdone. Do not mistake that. But it's one of those things where at the time, he said this years ago, and he says that they're dying out because nobody wants to see them. And that's not true. He said that I think at one point he even said that there was no stories to tell. And that's also not true. It's just, if it's not something that he's interested in, he doesn't. He's just one of those people that if it's not something that he's planning to go for, he doesn't want anything.
You would think somebody who's kind of considered the father of adventure films, though, would be more down with superhero stuff. But whatever. I'm not really so much against him on that one, but I would agree in a sense. Like, I don't want the theater experience to die. No. I really don't. It is something that is very enjoyable. The few times I get to go, a year at this point, it used to be so much more. But the other problem is ticket prices keep rising. You can't buy anything in the theater. You got to sneak things in. Maybe if they would fix those kind of things, it would help out. I will say the reclinable seats helped.
Right, they definitely are making different changes between, not MoviePass, but like for instance, Cinemark has the thing where you can buy. So instead of buying it through MoviePass, it gives them a small amount. I can buy a thing through Cinemark directly that gives me a very similar to MoviePass type situation.
Yeah, there needs to be more like that if I'm going to stay on board. The other argument that I saw made real quick was HBO films have never been eligible for Academy Awards, and HBO has never tried to make them eligible for a film award. So why should Netflix be able to? And I thought that was an interesting point. I was like, yeah, HBO never has actually tried to make any of their
but I don't think they care
eligible. No, I guess they don't.
And that's the difference. Is a lot of you're also talking about someone, a company who is based off of movies originally. That was their whole thing, and then giving a whole new movie experience exactly.
I mean, their name is literally Home Box Office. So yeah.
So why can't, like, I don't understand it. Like, that I've had more fun watching movies on Netflix than I have watching crap movies that people just slew out for a few extra bucks in the box office.
I think that partially has to do with, like, I don't have any money invested in that. So when I just jump on Netflix and I see something and I play it, there's no, like, at the end of it, if I didn't enjoy it, I wasted $10 on this. It's like, all right, I got to watch a movie for free on Netflix,
right?
Because honestly, I don't pay for it; my parents do,
right? Oh,
and so even, like, not even the $8 a month or 10 or 12, whatever it is, I don't even pay that at this point. So it's just this free experience.
Kelly, how much money are tickets by you? $75 for her and two friends to go see Infinity War.
IMAX 3D, I would hope at the least.
Even
that's
still
ridiculous.
That's $23 a ticket.
Yeah, that's right? Ridiculous. Wow, I spend $11, $12 a ticket.
Yeah. I think if I spend more than $30 on tickets, and that's usually very rare, I'm kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
So,
well, anyway.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying a lot of the Netflix stuff. So, you know, if they want to put it in a couple theaters for a week and get an Academy Award out of it, that's the rule. So they're not breaking anything. Change the rules if you don't want that to happen.
Yep.
Until then, shut your mouth, Steven Spielberg, and make better films. All right, guys, we're going to go to Wheelspin segment right now. We have two, I believe. Let me make sure on that. Split Maniac and Bowser, I believe, are the only ones right now. And yes, those are the only two.
So that said...
Oh, you want to talk about something you want to add? Go ahead.
Yes. So that said, I have a new proposition now. Until we figure out another way to do it, I think the best way to do it is by so. If we break the wheel, which we've done.
We have.
Handful.
Oh my god. You brought these to the Poconos, and I don't even want to smell them, in all honesty.
Danielle had one, and so did Doug.
Okay.
Neither of which hated them.
Okay.
Both of them are very bizarre people.
Okay. They're seasoned anchovy is what they are. I don't know.
Words that
just
came out...
the word anchovy
right, oh, absolutely.
Me out.
And the fact that it's dried. But here's what creeps me out the most. Danielle says, oh, they're a little sweet for me.
That sounds even more disgusting.
Right. Absolutely.
Right, take these out of my face.
So, break the wheel, handful of these.
Seasoned anchovies. I want to say Ghost Games, but Reborn Again Gaming says I could handle that. I really have no idea, but I'm very scared. Very scared.
Doug just said they aren't bad.
They aren't bad, whatever you say, Doug.
Shellbrock, they look like cat treats.
Maybe they are. All right. Let's start spinning that wheel, guys. First up was Split Maniac with that 7-month resub on its way to 1 year. Thank you so much, Bryce. We always appreciate you, man. And this one is for you. Oh, he's going down.
Audio hook.
Audio hook. Nice. Bryce, whisper us with a link to a YouTube video. Let us know the segment of that video if you do. Like, is it from 1 minute to 1 minute and 5 seconds? Something like that. Like a 5-second audio hook that you can send a link to, and we will make it into one. And you can even let us know the command that you want to activate that audio hook. And next up, 1001 Tiggle Bitties from Bowser. Thank you so much for that. This one is for you. Top cheerer of the week. And you get 1 month of special thanks.
Awesome.
I need to send this outline to Kelly so that she can put the stuff in there, because I think she's still here. She just can't put anything in. Chat. I'll do it myself right now. Let me just type that in. Alright. So that was Bowser, right?
Yes.
Alright, Bowser. So long, day, Bowser! Bowser gets special thanks.
Yes, and then Split Maniac gets audio hook.
That's up on him. That's on you. You have to whisper us. Right. Special thanks.
I'll do it for right now.
You will? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. After this one. I got that one. We're good now. And that is it for now. Guys, anything worth $5 or more.
It's contagious.
Anything worth $5 or more will get you a spin of the prize wheel. That means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, cheering, tipping, hosting for 10 viewers or more. All of those will get you a spin of the prize wheel.
And possibly eating anchovies.
We had 60 people in the room.
Yeah,
we're climbing tonight. We're climbing. Moving on up. Guys, keep sharing that show. Twitter, Twitch,
I'm
Facebook.
So spoiled. I feel like I remember the days just not that long ago when we were at like 80s, and then, I mean, don't get me wrong, like the 200s before. But...
Yeah. I'm happy with 60. Keep sharing that show, guys. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. See if we can get to 70 viewers tonight. You know what?
Thank you,
70 viewers and we'll spin the wheel. Let's get to 70 viewers, guys. All right.
You're bringing the anchovies even closer.
Bringing the anchovies. Getting them. All right. Let's do a Trophy War update. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to pull up Discord so that I can look at our big list of rules. Everybody, first off, go to our Discord at discord.gg/thelevelupnetwork. We've got the Trophy War 3 category with the rules and the battleground where you can discuss everything. So Trophy War is something that we've done a few years in the past, but it's been us. You know, us playing, us facing off against each other to earn as many trophy points as possible. This year, we are the captains. It's almost like Biggest Loser. We are the captains. We have our teams. You guys are earning trophies. We add up those points, and whichever team after 4 weeks has the most points wins. Pretty simple. But on top of that, you're going to have weekly MVPs, weekly recaps, challenges that happen weekly.
Earn a shit ton of XP.
Yes, you guys are going to earn a shit ton of XP, especially if you are MVP. Because the winner of the MVP every week on both teams, not just one team, each team will have an MVP. every week 1,000 XP
That's
to the
insane.
MVP. That's a lot of XP, guys. Let me tell you, that is the equivalent of $200 in tips. All right, guys? That's how much XP that is. A lot of XP ready to be handed out if you are the MVP. And you can't be MVP more than once, so we're going to spread the love to a lot of the players this year. But let's go through the list here. First off, very important, if you are part of Trophy War, be kind to one another, guys. And that doesn't just mean people on the opposing team. That means people on your team as well. If people are not doing well, don't attack them, don't shame them. This is all for fun. I know it's competitive. I know it's a little bit anxiety-inducing sometimes.
I guess.
But
and I know it can be frustrating seeing
kind
somebody that you're on a team with not pulling their weight, and you know what your opinion is. But at the same time, there's a reason why we're going to be tiering people differently.
Shame.
So
yeah. And guys, if you want to get in on Trophy War, the link is at the top of the rules channel on our Discord. Can you post the outline? I can add things as needed. Yes, I will. I just need once we get the commercial break, I will do that for you, Kelly. I just want to have a little bit more time. After that, this is a Trophy War, guys. Unfortunately, we had to do this to keep things simple.
Yeah.
No Xbox, no Steam, no Nintendo. This is PS3, PS4, PS Vita. Trophies only. Sorry. However, all PlayStation games are fair game. That means if you want to play Hannah Montana, go for it.
God bless you, mages.
Yes, even worse. If you want to put yourself through the agony of Magus or Magus or Magus or however the hell you say that.
Will you say that Magus is likely worse than Hannah Montana?
Magus is, in my opinion, the worst game I've ever played.
I said this, and you guys gave me such a fucking hard time for it last week.
Really?
Yes, all three of you said that there's no way Magus was that bad that I didn't like any game more, like hate any game.
Really? I think it is that bad. It's
when you think about it, it is atrocious.
It's an atrocious game.
There are games that were much worse because they are made poor, you know, but
and they last
intended to be
longer.
that
That one was only like 3 hours, so it's not that bad. But those 3 hours are some of the worst gaming I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an awful game, but easy trophies if you guys want to do it. They're all fair game, all right? Here's something that you are not allowed to do. I'm going to try and explain this as well as I can. There's something called cross-syncing, and I'm going to give an example. Sound Shapes is on PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. Something that you could do, but you're not allowed to do, is you could earn all the trophies on PS3, get the platinum and everything. Then all you have to do is go into the PS4 or Vita version, and there's a cross-link option, cross-sync option in the menu. And it automatically gives you every trophy. So you can get 3 full trophy lists with only 1 game played.
The thing is, we're not letting you do that.
No.
And we will know because we can see the timestamps of which when you earn those trophies.
If they're really close together, we're going to know.
We know. There's no way that you're completing Sound Shapes that quickly on all 3 consoles.
Yes. It takes like a good 6 hours or more.
For each one. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and Warm Code, that's a similar thing, I guess, in a way.
Honestly, we did it first.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, and it always rubs me the wrong way, just because I hate saying it. I hate thinking this way, but there's a lot of things that we've done for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Because we were around what, a year before them, almost, at least a year.
Them being on Twitch, yeah.
Yeah. So before they started doing it, so
At least we probably 2 years before they were.
yeah,
on
I
Twitch,
think it
yeah.
was close to that. But either way, but yeah. So no cross syncing. We'll be able to see it. Don't try to get one over on us. We're not stupid. I know what I'm looking for when I'm looking at this list.
Rule number 5: the PSN profile that you sign up on the application for Trophy War 3, that must be your primary profile. You cannot sign up some alternate or new, fresh profile that you created so that you can play all of your games over again, games that you've already platinumed, no in and out. I understand that you can kind of do that in some sense with replaying a game on PS3 that was on PS4, stuff like that, but in order to make it so that it isn't really advantageous for people that do this, you have to use your primary profile. No new profile creations to sign up for Trophy War.
Again, we're doing this for everybody's benefit,
Yes.
because there are definitely certain people that will not take advantage of it, but realistically, if we allowed that, it would give an extreme unfair advantage to a select few people.
I'll just say, there was one person that asked if they could do this, and I would have been okay with that person doing it, because that person is not a diehard trophy hunter and all this and that. But if he does it, we have to announce to everybody, that you can all do it. And if
you don't want Rick to do that.
were to do this, I'll tell you right now, he would destroy even more so than he already
Rick
is.
would have won for the next about 2.5 to 3 years without doing anything ever again.
It just would have broken the whole thing. Yeah, so we can't allow it. When it comes to the draft, which happens next Sunday, guys, we have final picks. You guys can request on the forum if you want a certain team, and we will look at that. We will certainly will, because there's going to be certain tiers where it's like, oh, I could go for either of these guys. That's fine, or girl.
But if Joe says that he wants to be on your team, I'm going to see that and be like, Joe, I want you on my team.
That's a possibility, you know. Like, we will keep in mind your request, but we have final say ultimately on who's on each team. When it comes to how we're determining teams, right now we have 15 players, so we're hoping to get some more and make it an even number. But the idea is that we're going to look at your stats, and we're going to divide into tiers where there's probably, this is the most likely scenario, 2 players in each tier. So tier 1 would be the top players that signed up throughout the entire trophy war.
Possibly.
That's tier 1, and we are going to flip for that tier, and the person who gets the right flip gets first pick on that tier. But the second tier of 2 players, that goes to the alternate captain to get to choose, and then it goes back and forth between.
And this kind of bleeds into Rule 7. We are going to determine what your skill level is based on what you've played before.
Yes.
This goes back to the first day you ever signed up with a PlayStation account on this name. So we will look at all of that and determine where you sit. You know, how many games you played, how many trophies you've earned out of those games, how many of those games you've actually fully completed. There's many different things that we're looking at to see where you rank on that list. We actually even went to full depth conversation earlier about it just to make sure we were all on the same page. You know,
I want to say something real quick. I think a lot of people are scared to get in on this trophy war. Do not be scared.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you are tier 10 and barely earning any trophies, you are still a part of a team. You're still going to be matched up with a person that's very similar to you. You're not hurting your team by signing up and not being the top player. Sign up, guys. It's okay if you're a tier 10. You're still going to be a part of the war. You still have a chance at XP and have a chance to be a part of a fun event that this is a community focused.
As stressful as it is for someone who's not a trophy hunter, like the only times I've ever cared about trophies is when I'm trying to finish a game before Drew does. And that's only ever happened once and almost another time. So I don't normally ever care about the trophies, but when I started playing this for this, while it was stressful, it was still very entertaining. It was enjoyable to try to earn these trophies, and I actually now, like, I don't know if you ever do it, but do you ever look at your trophy list and you're like, I feel good about this? Like,
I almost never look at my trophy list. Really? I'll be honest with you. No, they mean nothing to me.
See, to me, like, now I see it, I see that achievement up there. I'm like, I like that. I like seeing that there.
Yeah, I get it, man. It's just something I never got attached to. Guys, if you want to get in on Trophy War, there is the form. Very simple. There's only like 5 questions, and 3 of them are mandatory. 2 of them aren't. So all you got to do is go to that form, sign up. We will look at your statistics. Make sure your trophy information is not private. Your trophy information has to be public so that we can look at your stats and figure out what tier you're going to fall into. All right? That's very important. There's one person still that is private, and it is Hitman RX, I think.
Okay.
I think it's Hitman RX. Might be Rose City Matt. I can't remember. One of you guys is private. So if you could fix that, please do. All right. So as I said already, every week within the war, MVP on each team gets 1,000 XP. So that's pretty cool. And we don't know what we're gonna do for the overall winner yet. We'll come up with something. We got weeks to figure that out. We are going to come up with a challenge between the 2 of us every week, and whoever wins the week, takes on that challenge.
What we agree on the final one, like whoever wins or whoever loses, that one's going to be secret, but every other one we're going to know.
Every week we're going to discuss it except for the final week.
Yeah,
that's the big one that we keep secret. Yes. All right, here's another big one that was brought to our attention a week or so ago. There is a mode in certain games, especially PS3 games, called debug mode. This is not permitted in any game to be used, because what this essentially does is allows you to go into a menu and unlock trophies. Like, that simple. It's a developer debug mode that is completely breaks the system.
Here's the thing. There are definitely exploits within the game that you can like are actually built into the game. Like, not debug mode, but like if there's like
glitches or this and that.
Right, this and that, and that's fine. Like anything that is, a speedrunner would normally use that would be considered legal, that's fine for me. If you have to break the game that allows you to play it in any other way than what the developer released to you, that is not okay to me. Like, I don't like that. I think that that's cheating, and I think cheating is bullshit. I mean, I feel like everybody would, but I can't believe I actually have to have this conversation with a group of adults. But this is a competition, and we want to keep it fair.
Yes.
But in the same vein, and this is something that we've kind of gone back and forth with, Buddy! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That we kind of gone back and forth with, but we did decide.
Y'all. Here is all my love and compassion.
Oh, we appreciate you,
Awesome,
buddy.
Thank you so much. But we did decide that there will be no gifting of games or anything like that,
or even PSN cards or anything like that. Because we thought of maybe doing like a captain thing where we each had like $50 to give away, but I still think we should just keep it simple, no gifting. Because honestly, I feel like we don't need to do that. We don't need to be spending $50 so people can buy games. Just let people buy games if they want to, play games they already have. Keep it simple, guys. No gifting of PSN cards, no gifting of games to one another to allow somebody to get like an easy trophy. Just play the games you have in your possession. Which goes to the next one. Do not give out your PlayStation ID and password. For one, for privacy issues, but on top of that, don't allow people to jump on your accounts and play your games and earn the trophies and this and that. Your games are your games. Play games that you physically or digitally have in your possession.
You are signing up for this. That means you and your profile are going to be the ones that are what we're going to be inspecting. So therefore, if you are not playing games on your profile, you are out. So if you are in a race and you have somebody else that you know is faster than you, change into your clothes and then finish that race, you still lost because you did not finish that race. That person did. Again, I can't believe we have to say this to a group of mostly adults, but my God, stop being an ass.
Farsender says, do people really go that far for the trophy war?
You would be surprised.
Yes, they do, Farsender. You would be amazed at how people take this very seriously. Very, very seriously. And that's fine. We want you guys to be in this, have fun, be invested, but don't let it get to the point where it stops being fun.
I swear to God, I will turn this car around.
Yes. We need to keep this fun, keep it entertaining. This is a game, guys. I know we're calling it a war, but it's a game. Let's just try and keep it that way. Have fun. Play along. You guys can trash talk, do the goofy stuff like that. That's totally cool. Have fun with it. Just don't take it too far. I think you guys know what we mean by that. Just don't take it too far.
No, we didn't give our PSN info to Dean and Greg.
No.
I would never have done that.
No. Greg would come over and bring his games. But that was a little different. Like, that was 2 versus 2. Like, we both were doing it.
Well, that's the thing. And that's why I didn't have
you went over Dean's house.
Right. That's why I didn't have as much of a problem with, buying the games for, people on your team. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, it's one of those things where, like, and this is the thing, and this is honestly, I'll tell you right now, I personally never had an issue with people buying the games for anybody just because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It's still them playing the games, and at the end of the day, that's what it is. But, enough people had an issue with it, and it was deemed that was not what we wanted to do, so we're not doing it. So there's a little bit of difference there. But, yeah, it has to be your profile, and you have to be the one playing it.
So here's the thing, guys, when it comes to when the war starts. We're going to have the draft next Sunday. And we're going to look at your trophy stats up until that point to determine what team you're going to be on and who we want on our team and all that. The trophy war is not going to begin like after the level up show the following Sunday, the 8th, though. It's actually going to start 12 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday, which means that's the 8th, 12 a.m. Eastern time, Sunday the 8th. This is important because we need that time ahead of the show in order for us to look at everything and make it all work. So you need to have everything synced up before every Sunday, and that means every week. Each week you need to do this. Every Sunday, 12 a.m. Eastern time, you need to have all of your trophy information synced up
so that we can clarify too. That means Saturday night, when it is like 11:30 at night, you either better figure out if you're going to be able to get that trophy done within the next few minutes, or you need to just say screw it and sync your trophies right then and there.
I'll tell you what, if we see that you're trying to sync in trophies after the time period allotted, we will remove you for a week. Your points will not be counted for a full week, which is going to be a huge detriment to your team. So do not do that. Sync your trophies before 12 a.m. Eastern time on each Sunday. Make sure they're in there and don't continue earning trophies after that and sync again. Do not sync once you are at that point, because we need to be able to look at everybody at the same time and see where you're at, so that it can be fair.
Yeah, we need time to assess who won that week, and that's why we had a long conversation about when we were doing it, but that just seemed like the smartest answer.
Yeah.
You can obviously continue to play games and earn trophies, but whatever is synced last, at 12 a.m., we will go off of that. If it, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a mistake, but like if you're syncing at like 1 a.m. because you had to just get that one, sorry, that you should not. You need to be on top of this.
If you want to keep playing games and earning trophies and not have them sync, you can turn off your internet connection on the PS4. There's multiple ways that you can make it so that your trophies don't sync up. Sync up one official time for us, then turn off your internet connection or whatever for just that Sunday.
Your trophies are still going to continue to be earned through the entire time. It just won't count for that week. It'll go for the next week. So there was a lot of times where I think there was actually times where whatever our sync time was, I would actually sync up right before I started playing another game.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't want to have to worry about stopping to play and syncing and then forgetting my progress. So we would do it at select times on purpose.
And a legit tactic as well for some people is not to sync their trophies at all, except for that one time they have to, because maybe you don't want people to be able to look at your PSN profile and see the games that you're playing and the trophies that you're earning.
There's going to be a meta game that goes on with this. Buddy Dose just said, I want to play, but I don't earn a lot of trophies. Honestly, we were just talking about it. That's fine. You're going to be the type of person just like Kelly. Heck, you guys might be equally matched.
Same tier, yeah.
You don't know, but there are going to be a lot of people that are just going to be playing the games just to have fun and earning, trying to earn the best to earn the trophies, and that's fine. There are definitely going to be other people that are going to be looking at each other's profiles and seeing what games they're playing and what they should play to keep on top and this and that. So there's definitely, like you said, there's definitely a meta game to it. There's definitely a strategy to it, and for some. But
Gravy, that's only one way to play this war. If you want to play games you don't want to play in order to earn easy trophies, you're welcome to do that. But if you want to just take part in the war and play the games that you would normally play and earn trophies at the normal rate you earn trophies at and not take this more seriously then, you're welcome to do that. You can still be a part of the war and potentially be a really strong player on your team and really help out. So don't feel like you shouldn't sign up for the war if you're not going to play awful games and go all out. You do not need to be that person. You can be a part of the war and just play games the way you normally play games. You know?
Exactly.
Don't feel like you need to take this overly seriously. You will be put into the correct tier based on your trophies.
Right, and it might have started to sound a little more serious towards the end. I feel like there was a lot of discussion that went on over the last 2 weeks that we felt we needed to clarify. So that's why we wanted to go into it. We wanted to just make sure we lit through and listed all of the rules that we've since added from the first day that we said we would. But overall, this is going to be a fun time. That's all it's going to be. You guys are going to be able to play games and feel like you're playing for a reason, not only because you enjoy playing them, but because you're potentially making Drew or myself suffer in some way.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be a good time. I promise you, it's going to be a really fun time. There's certain things that we're really trying to figure out what we're going to do with, and I'll tell one right now. Rick is so just out of everyone else's league, in all honesty, that we're not sure how we're going to tackle that yet.
There's possibly a chance that he might be against 2 people.
Yes, tier 1 might be Rick versus 2 people because he's that good. So we're not sure how we're going to handle that yet, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out the best way to balance this thing so that it's enjoyable, because we don't want it to be a blowout, obviously. And honestly, if we just do Rick versus one other guy for the first tier, it could be over before it even begins. that coin flip is going to determine the war.
That said, the only thing working against him is the fact that Rick has played so many games.
You would think.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying in general, you end up getting to a point where like, what can I play now?
I've looked at Rick's. You can look at PSN profiles and you can see the entire timeline of trophies and see like how many points they've gotten, and you can see he is just a solid diagonal line with no waver whatsoever. It's just a solid diagonal line up.
Like there's no drop offs or like any like the, it's just
he's 100% consistent. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Don't nerf me. So we'll figure it out, though. We're going to figure it out. All right, guys. That is Trophy War. I'll post the Google form one more time. There you go. Google form is in the chat. Go there, sign up, answer the couple questions you need to answer, and you are in. We will figure out the tier that you belong to. Don't be shamed if you're tier 10. That's not what's important. Have fun, guys. Play games, earn trophies, be a part of a community activity, and that's it.
And keep in mind, too, because it's going to be, Drew and myself as the coaches, we'll be in constant contact with you, and we'll gladly give you any insight that we have, both from what we've learned and, in talking to people like, Dean or anybody like that, has played in Trophy Wars before, anything that we picked up on from there.
Yeah.
So
each team will have their own private Discord channel that only that team can go into. And we're coaches, man. We're going to be in there. We're going to be encouraging. Your teammates are going to be encouraging. It's going to be a fun time.
I'll challenge you guys now as well. I think it'll be a little fun. I don't know if you thought of a name, but I haven't thought of a team name. I've had a couple of them, but I think it'll be fun. I would say for those of you that are feeling a little more creative as well, think of team names that you would want to name a team for myself, our team, and then for Drew's team, just in case you don't know who you're going to be on, and then maybe we'll implement that. Maybe
and if you don't want to be a player in Trophy War, create artwork. Like, I don't know. Let's just have fun with this.
Create challenges. Again, we haven't come up. I only have the only challenge I have, or the only penalty I have in my head is for the final. I know what I'm going to make you do for the final.
Yeah, and you're going to shave the beard.
Nope.
Yep, that's
Danielle.
Mine.
You saw.
I don't even mind telling you, you're shaving the beard.
You saw how mad Danielle was when you said
You're shaving it bald, like razor bald.
Nope.
That's what's happening. All right, guys, that is Trophy War. Hope you guys sign up. All right, let's move into community question of the week, Mike.
What's that? Oh, wait.
You tell me what that is. That's your job.
Community question of the week is where you can go on our Discord. What's that? Discord? Yeah, discord.gg/levelupnetwork.
Discord.
I got it. Yeah. That's right. I got my stuff.
Discord.
Discords.
Whatever.
I like them. Where you can go on there, go into our question of the week. Topic? Tagline? What is it on the side? What are they called?
They're called channels.
Channels?
Yes. Channels on our
Question
server.
of the week channel, where we ask you guys a question that you can answer, and we will read off your terrible, terrible answers and rate them accordingly.
Kinko says, I will sacrifice sleep if it means Mike has to shave the beard.
Oh, man. I will tell you right now, that's not happening, and Danielle will literally kill everybody who tends to try to make that happen. I'm not. You saw her face when we were out at dinner.
She was very upset at the idea. That's the only thing holding me back. All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right. So this week's question was, what video games has had your favorite marketing campaign of all time and why? Think of it as more just a trailer. Also consider viral marketing posters, billboards, partnerships such as Taco Bell, etc. The Night Fox, Derek, the man himself, responded first by saying, PlayStation 3's It Only Does Everything marketing campaign was nothing short of stellar during its run from 2006 to 2011. This man got dates.
Yes.
This man has
You went all in, man.
Fictional executive Kevin Butler, my guy, not only highlighted the PS3 price drop games and the many features only found on PSN, but they were also funny. This led to Kevin Butler becoming one of PlayStation's marketing icons, which led to a great speech at E3 2010. Again, this guy, he's got the numbers. Also, during this promotional period, PlayStation would just team up with Taco Bell and Coke for free PlayStation hardware and software, though by the end of the run, the PlayStation 3 sales would be up. Man,
inspiration for the name of our PlayStation podcast.
I will tell you right now, my God, that is absolutely the most perfect answer. I'm kind of mad because there's no one that's going to answer anything better.
It's a great answer.
It is a... Listen, if you want to know how to word an answer, I don't have it. This man has names. He has time frames. He has a description of every single thing that happened on there. He name dropped Kevin Butler, which I still don't remember the guy's real name, but I'm just
his name is Kevin Butler. Let's just
right,
that's
exactly.
who he is now. He'll always be that.
My name on Viva Kevin Butler was always my thing on Microsoft's on my Xbox Live.
I remember when he showed up in a Nintendo commercial not too long after the end of it only was PlayStation, and everybody was like, This is like blasphemy. Like, this isn't allowed. This is Kevin Butler. He can't be in a Nintendo commercial.
Yeah. But when he came on stage for that E3 that he was talking about, that was
awesome
easily one of the most entertaining speeches I've ever heard in my life. But for that reason, I'm going to give Derek the Nine Fox 1,000,000 points to Gryffindor.
Solid ding there. I like that one.
GFN21 responding with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was definitely one of my favorites. They kicked it off by updating Black Ops 2 with a random Snapchat code hidden on a multiplayer map, and from there began daily teases with mysterious video clips. They filled their GDC presentation with hints about Zombies mode and held a full reveal at Comic-Con. From there, they continued messing with their fans and releasing cryptic bits of info all the way up until release. Metal Gear Solid 5 reveal was also great, as Kojima's use of a fake studio and choice to leave Metal Gear Solid name out of the final reveal teaser made for an incredible surprise. Finally, Bulletstorm had a memorable marketing campaign on its own, largely thanks to the way it poked fun at other FPS games at the time.
Pause real quick. Insanius, this usually goes up on Wednesdays, like in the middle of the week on YouTube following the Sunday show. So it'll also be archived here on Twitch, of course, as well. But back to the question or the response here at hand. GFN, I like that he went to multiple games, for one, Black Ops, and then he went to Metal Gear Solid, which I forget how cool that was. When they did the whole Moby Dick thing at VGAs, and even I was thrown off, where I was like, it looked like Metal Gear, but I guess it's not. And then people started pointing out certain things, and I was like, wow, this is Metal Gear, isn't it? This is crazy. Like, that was such a mind-blowing moment. That was really well done.
It was. I liked it. Another solid answer every single week. I'm a little tired, and they already have a lead, so I'm going to give 100,000 points to Gryffindor for Rick. Rick, don't worry.
Gryffindor!
You guys have just got a cushy lead already. Hetman RX with the quick response said, gotta be that Crash Bandicoot campaign of ads PlayStation had in the late 90s. I love the not your kid-friendly console attitude. They were taking big shots at Nintendo in those. Plus, Naughty Dog.
Are we going back to like the Naughty Dog at the beginning when they actually were naughty? Like they actually had some like risque stuff going on.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That's exactly what it was.
That was total 90s edge. That was all that was back then, man.
Ooh, see what we did?
Yeah.
Oh, aren't we edgy? I love the suit though. The Crash Bandicoot suit was always entertaining to me. So
I remember even at one of the most recent PlayStation conferences, they put up some of those, you know, what do they call the mics that those guys hold? I'm trying to think of the name for them. The ones that kind of have like the speaker on the end of them. That he holds up. There's a name for it. You know what I'm talking about, right, guys?
Yeah.
Where he holds it up and he's like yelling at Nintendo, you know, the headquarters, and he's taunting them. Like, those are the best. I love that shit. That was good times.
Love it. Hetman RX, obviously, he's in Hufflepuff. He's going to get a solid 50,000 points.
50,000 points to Hufflepuff. Boom mic, kind of. No.
It wasn't a boom
megaphone.
Megaphone. That's what it was. Bullhorn megaphone.
Yes.
Close enough.
Megaphone. Thank you.
Moofy. No. Yes, Moofy is the next one. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I come from an age where commercials routinely took pot shots at their competitors, probably the most famous of which include the old Sega does when what Nintendo don't.
Classic Edge.
Ad and Crash with a megaphone outside Nintendo of America headquarters. They just don't make them like that anymore. No, they don't. But also for good reason, because it got a little stale after a while. I don't remember some of them. It's like, I get it. We got it now. So
I mean, that was just total console war bait stuff back then.
Absolutely.
With like, remember the Genesis with the blast processing? Just,
oh my god,
yeah,
it was just blowing smoke up your ass. It didn't mean jack.
Those are fun times though. From what I read, though, I remember
like,
Greg Miller talks about that all the time. Kind of funny how that was like his shit, and he was a Sega guy.
Yeah,
too. He loved that time though, because let's be honest, console wars are kind of fun.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Yeah,
we almost based our entire life around console wars for a little while there.
Yeah,
so
it's a fun thing.
It is a fun thing. Very solid answer. Moofy, you and me, we all three of us grew up in that same age. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And that is why I'm going to give another 50,000 points to Hufflepuff.
Gryffindor still with a mega lead right now.
Yeah, no, Gryffindor's winning. Sorry, guys. It's not even close.
Yeah, 1,100,000.
Unless Joey does something that, actually...
amazing.
Nope, it's already pretty standard. Vantera responded with, my biased answer is the Breath of the Wild trailer. Well, I'm done. Non-biased trailer answer is a trailer for Smash Bros on the 64 because that shit cracked me up as a kid and it still does.
I can't see me.
I know and I can't not think of that. Honorable mention was BioShock Infinite official trailer, not the premiere one. And I don't want to go beyond trailers because I don't want to do that work. Too many details in this question. See, Joey, you started off weak, you came back a little bit stronger, and then bam, you just finished it out like a piece of wet bread. What the fuck, man?
Wet bread.
Yeah.
Wet bread does suck. I'll give you that.
Wet bread does suck.
So what's he get? This is Slytherin, man.
Oh, Slytherin? Yeah, I know. I mean, that's it. Here, let's get this. Smash Bros on 64 has one of the best commercials in my opinion of all time. It was just so out of nowhere. Like,
he deserves points for that alone.
Commercial. It was amazing. And the BioShock Infinite, the official trailer, that was great. All the BioShock trailers I thought were great. But it is Joe, and he got really lazy at the end, so I'm going to give 20 points to Slytherin.
Ooh. Yeesh. It's rough.
With a bonus 10,000 for Smash Bros. Mention.
10,020 points.
Only because of that.
And the last one.
Last one is from Ginkgo Swag, who said, I would say every single PSP ad was the best, but I'm only aware of them retroactively. My favorite ad campaign has been the Death Stranding's No Game has... Oh, sorry. That's one sentence. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
No game has had me come through a trailer looking for clues and secrets than this ad campaign.
Mm-hmm.
These ads have convinced me that Death Stranding is about Norman Reedus acting as a gatekeeper, porter, to the afterlife. He finds lost souls drifting in the ether and brings them out. I can't wait for the next trailer. He goes into a little bit of a...
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the theories I've seen. But there's so many, and I would agree with them. Like, there's just so many cool theories on what this game is going to be about, because nobody has any idea at this point. And it's sucking people in, just the ambiguity of these trailers. Mm-hmm. And that's just classic Kojima right there. We just talked about Metal Gear Solid 5 as well earlier in this segment, and what he did with Phantom Pain and the Moby Dick Studios and just all that ridiculousness. And I remember the guy with the bandages wrapped around his face. Remember that guy?
Oh my God, yeah.
Just ridiculous stuff when he's trying to throw people off. And I love it. I love that part of everything in the gaming
I enjoy
industry.
It.
Yeah.
There's definitely a sense of like drama of presentation that you should bring with it when you have conferences like that. What was I gonna say? Oh, PSP. Was PSP the ad the ones where they had like people running around pretending to shoot each other, or was that for Vita?
I think that was Xbox. I think it was Microsoft with the finger guns.
No, well, no, I know
the finger gun one was I'm pretty sure Xbox. That's one of the classic Xbox ones.
Oh no, the PSP ones. That was the one with the little asshole kid, right?
That was with Marcus.
Yeah.
Step your game up.
Step your game up.
Step your game up.
Step your game up. My God, that
Another
kid.
classic. That kid dropped off the face of the earth, dude.
Fuck you, Miss Daisy.
Yeah, where did he go? Where did he go?
That's the only thing I remember him for, too.
Yeah.
All right, so Ginkgo Swag just earned himself 100,000 points for Ravenclaw.
Okay. Gryffindor coming way out on top this week. We don't even need Double Dick to step in and mess us all up.
Had names. He had dates. He probably had fucking graphs sitting behind him. He's like, all right, when was this? And what was the ad revenue made? I don't know. Okay. He went all out. Guys, if you want to give us just as detailed of an answer as Derek did, please go on our Discord at discord.gg/levelupnetwork, where you can go and answer the community question of the week every single week. And if you want to be like Vantera, go to somebody else's Discord.
There you go. All right, we're going to go to a short commercial break, guys. I'm going to send Kelly that outline so she can help us out tonight. If you're feeling well enough, Kelly, don't feel like you need to. I know you're not feeling well, but if you are, we're happy to have your help. We'll be right back, guys, with Level Update. We're going to talk about Battlefront 2. We're going to talk about Ubisoft versus Vivendi once again, and more. So hold on tight, Johnny Poolside. We will be back in approximately 60 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 209.
We're over 200 episodes.
Yeah,
and
it's moving really quickly too. Like,
right.
Doesn't it feel like yesterday we did 200, and now we're at 209 already?
Yep,
it's moving fast, man. Guys, we really appreciate you all being here. We're at 67. I told you, if we hit 70, I will spin the wheel for 70 viewers, and then I'll do it again for 80, and I'll do it for 90, and I'll do it for 100. All right, let's get some people in here tonight. Share the show, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. Farsender is signing up for the Trophy War.
Awesome,
nice. That's what I want to see. I'm going to post that. Oh, I can't. I copied something else. I can't post that. The Google form is on our Discord, guys. Discord.gg/levelupnetwork. Go into the rules channel of the Trophy War category, and you will find the form right at the top. Everybody should sign up. Don't be afraid. You will be put into the appropriate tier, and you don't have to feel pressured. It's going to be a fun time, I promise you. As long as we treat it the right way and we have fun with it, it is going to be a fun time. Absolutely. I promise you. Also, of course, if you are new, we got 67 people in here. I know there's got to be some newbies. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/theLevelUpShow. Turn on notifications. Make sure you get alerts whenever we go live, which is 5-6 days a week at this point, and more in the future. I'm working to go full time. That's what the goal is at the bottom of the screen. Anything worth $5 more will go towards that goal, but will also give you a spin of what we call the prize wheel. So that means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, sharing, tipping, hosting for 10 viewers and more. All of those get you a spin, and we have another wheel spin segment coming up in 20 or 30 minutes or so. And I don't think we have anything on the list right now.
No,
unless we have 70 viewers. That'll go on the list, and as I said,
how many slots
do
we have on that wheel?
Probably like 25, I want to say.
Okay.
25
so we have,
slots.
2 already, so we need 23 more. 23 more things, Wii anchovies.
Bowser, it's happening, man. I already am committed to going full-time. It's just a matter of when. And that depends on how quickly we raise money and making sure that I have that security blanket that I need in order to leave my current work position and take that plunge, take that risk, enormous risk. Let's not, the plunge. Let's not like sugarcoat it. It's an enormous risk that I'm willing to take to try and achieve a dream that I've had for 4+ years now doing the show with Mike. All right, guys, let's head into the level update. This is our weekly discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news. Sounds familiar. It's from the newsroom, guys. Stole it. Just short enough to never, catch any copyrights. No big deal. All right. First up, let's talk about Battlefront 2. We've talked about this several times, but now more positive news. They have officially given in. We're past the disaster that Battlefront 2 originally was. It has been completely revamped. Polygon writes, the biggest difference between the current and upcoming versions of the progression system, which I think might already be active, it involves the star cards, of course. The stat buffing items that players acquire through random loot crates. Once the update hits, players will no longer have to sift through crates in order to collect these necessary boosts. They'll be able to trade in experience points collected through multiplayer for skill points, which in turn can be spent on star cards, to unlock or upgrade a character, weapon, ship, or class in a linear fashion. Now, players won't have to worry about spending any currency at all to get their loot crates. EA said not only will crates no longer include star cards, but they will also not be available for purchase with real-world or in-game funds. Players will instead receive crates in a variety of other ways, including a daily login bonus, rewards for finishing certain milestones or challenges, and so on. The crates will only contain credits, emotes, and other cosmetic items, so nothing directly gameplay focused, getting rid of that play-to-win mechanic. Pay-to-win, sorry.
Strangely familiar. I feel like I was playing a game earlier that had this mechanic. Do you play this game? It's called Fortnite. You might have heard of it. Doing really well, really successful.
Kind of the biggest game in the world right now, I would say, yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have been a piece of shit, and, you would have had success. But no, you had to be EA and a piece of shit.
No lies detected. Costumes or appearances still won't be among the random loot crates drops, however, but another update in April will give players the opportunity to buy different looks for the characters through the in-game store using either credits or crystals to do so. Wow. And all characters will be available to everybody right from the start at some point. I'm not sure if that's right now or soon to come, but we do have a poll for you guys because I'm interested. This is what people wanted the game to be at the beginning. So is this the time for you to jump in? Do you feel like these changes will make you buy Battlefront 2? A, yes, I sold it, but now I think I will buy it back. Oh, sorry, yes, this shows EA that the changes were necessary. That's A. B is, yes, I sold it, but now I think I will buy it back. C is no, because I already bought it before these changes even occurred. And D, no, there's nothing EA could do at this point to bring me back.
I've been looking at it because it's been on sale lately a lot of times for $25-30 bucks. And I'm like, for $25-30 bucks, I'm like, no, you know what? Fuck EA. I'm speaking, I'm speaking with my wallet, and I've said this countless times. That's how I want to roll with it. And it sucks because there are times that I would like to play a game like this, but they fucked it up so bad. I don't care what they feel like they need to do. They need to learn from this mistake. And it sucks for the developers that worked on it, that really put their heart and soul in it. And I hate that. But at the same time, the company that has kind of backed you really fucked you over.
Do you think there's any possibility, though, that trying to teach them a lesson is doing the exact opposite? Because the way to let them know that what went wrong were the microtransactions is to buy it now, right? To show them, I didn't buy it before, but now that you've made these changes, I will buy it. I will show you this is what I needed in order for me to jump on board. If nobody buys it at this point, doesn't that tell them, oh, why did we even change it in the first place then? Why did we go? Why did we listen? Why did we give in if nobody was going to buy it?
To me, the problem is that you're still giving them money on something they botched before, and I don't think that they're that type of company. I don't think that's what it is. I think to them, honestly, let's be realistic. They're not doing this for any reason other than the bad publicity they got from it.
Right.
There's no other reason they did this. They wouldn't even care if I spoke with my wallet before and all of us didn't buy it. If they had only sold half the amount of copies that they were intending to sell, they still would never have made these changes with the game. It's only because they were the ones put in such a bad spotlight that they actually decided to make any of these changes.
Right.
So, no, I actually don't feel any more... Now, if it was another company, maybe... But because it's EA, no. They can
they're not going to learn their lesson.
No, fuck that.
No. But how would they, though? Like, is there any way we can, teach them a lesson? They did sell 7-8 million. It's not like the game did bad.
Right. And that's the thing, is that there's just putting more money in them. I think, honestly, I think to me, the problem is, by speaking with your dollar consistently, not just one time. But again, they have games like FIFA, and Madden, and all these games that it won't matter because those are the type of people that are just gonna be like Johnny Poolside and throw money at them like it's nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. And this is a good move for consumers that they did this. They're not doing it for any other reason, as you said, other than they're trying to make the best of a terrible situation. They're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it because they need to salvage what's left. But hopefully the terrible initial launch of this game is enough without people buying or not buying the game now. Hopefully that is enough on its own to show them they went the wrong direction.
Right.
And considering what we've heard about Battlefield 5, I think it's called, right? Is it called Battlefield 5?
Yes, I think
V,
it is.
right? Battlefield V?
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
V.
Damn it, Johnny! Damn it, Johnny. I think based on what we're hearing about that, it seems like they have learned the lesson. They're being very cautious on how they're handling microtransactions and the whole pay-to-win possibility with this new one. Sasuke-chan, thank you so much for tweeting us out. We're still trying to hit 70 viewers in the room so we can add on another wheel spin. And you guys voted and said there's nothing EA can do to bring me back. That had 8 votes. Large majority of the votes.
Did you read his thing?
No.
Read Johnny's.
Johnny. So, Mike, will it make you happy to know I spent $150 on MLB The Show this Friday? Yeah. Why?
Because he can, and he wanted to get extra packs and upgrades or something. I don't know.
Okay. Good for you, I guess.
Like, that's the thing is that these companies are going to make all this money because people will just spend it just to get the progress that they want. To get these special packs that you can only get through doing that.
Donkey Show, yes, we hear you, man. I was kind of playing devil's advocate a little bit there, that's all. Not saying that anybody should buy this game, but I'm just kind of playing into my head, like, how do we teach them a lesson, How do they get the message?
Right.
That's all I was kind of saying there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But understand how a lot of people are passionate about Battlefront and trying to send them the message, so I understand. Moving on, Mike, you're up.
Moving on, Ubisoft, for now, has won the war against Vivendi. Engadget writes that Ubisoft is finally free of Vivendi, the entertainment titan behind the Universal Music Group and Dailymotion kept buying more and more of the Ubisoft shares since 2015, to the point that it became the video game publisher's largest stakeholder. While Vivendi said it was only interested in a seat on Ubisoft's board, the video game publisher sees its aggressive purchase as a hostile takeover and has been thinking of ways to fight it off for years. But now it looks like Ubisoft will safely remain a Guillemot family business with help from
that name always throws us off.
Oh yeah, every single time. From Tencent, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, and other investors. Let me tell you one thing. Did you ever look into Tencent? I only did because somebody had brought it up like one day, and I happened to be listening to Easy Alex podcast, and they had brought it up because of PUBG. If you're ever curious about like finances and backhole, like look up Tencent. Okay. Look up Tencent. It'll be like very like holy shit. Like you want to talk about like big evil corporations that control Tencent. That's one of them.
They're the ones involved with PUBG Mobile, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're huge. The Assassin's Creed developers successfully convinced Vivendi to sell all of its 30.5 million stocks. That's 27.3% of Ubisoft's share capital, and to agree not to acquire any within the next 5 years.
Nice.
Tencent has agreed to purchase 5.6 million shares at $81 US each, while the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan has committed to buying 3.8 million. Ubisoft considers them both as long-term investors, but their purchase won't grant them a seat in the publisher's board. In addition, Ubisoft is buying millions of its own shares and selling millions more to various investors. And if you're wondering why Vivendi agreed to the deal, it might be because it's getting around $2.47 billion from the transactions, more than double the $919 million it paid for the Ubisoft stocks over the last few years. We doubt Ubisoft minds, especially since its deal with Tencent also comes with a partnership agreement that will widen its franchise's reach in China. Again, look up Tencent. It's going to be crazy.
This is unbelievable. I really thought they were done, man. I really didn't think they could win this.
But this is why, and this is why I was fighting it. Like, this is why I kept, every time it was brought up, this was huge to me. Like, this could have changed everything. Like, if Vivendi, it's for those that hadn't known, Vivendi acquiring Ubisoft, essentially, or basically becoming this largest stakeholder and having a seat on the board, realistically, they would call all the shots, and they would go the way of EA, most likely worse. The way that Vivendi handles their properties, they're very well known now. It brought up Daily Motion and something else. I can't remember what the other one was. But to me, what I know them for is their mobile games. And when I'm talking mobile games, I'm talking the bullshit ones that just say, hey, you played 3 times, pay us $5 to play again, or wait 3 hours.
The reason gamers like us hate mobile games is Vivendi.
Is Vivendi, right.
Yeah.
So this would have literally been death. Like, Ubisoft would have been done for me. I would have been gone. Yeah. And most likely many of you. But it was always a weird battle. So we saw them doing different things, between them reaching out and just saying, hey, we don't want this, kind of trying to keep it quiet. Then they even went as far as E3 last year, and both at the same time. They kind of tried to do different things, but it was really telling. Donkey Show.
Hashtag UBI Lives.
UB lives.
UBI Lives.
UBI Lives.
We understand.
But almost at the same time, if I remember right, I don't know if you remember, where the Gamut family started purchasing their own stock more so, and then started borrowing from other people to buy more of their own stock.
Yeah, they were doing everything they could.
Right, and then at the same time, they had that E3, like, very passionate, like, we are Ubisoft, this is our family, this is our passion, we love games and everything, and, like, it was definitely, and I even called that as one of my predictions for E3.
I was going to say, that was the turning point for me, when I was like, these guys are in, they're going to try and find a way as best they can. I still thought, wow, this is going to be tough for them to overcome.
It was
but that E3 conference, which was my favorite, even over PlayStation's last year, it's just a really heartwarming, positive conference with a lot of great games shown off. Mario to start off with Miyamoto coming out, just so heartwarming. All of that was amazing.
Freaking grin on his face.
Oh my god, we were on cloud nine.
This could have been terrible, and so this outcome is insane, and I hate that Vivendi's making money off of it, but it's better than what it would have been.
They needed to have ownership. They needed to make the games they want to make, because look at what's happened in the last 8-9 months since that E3 conference. So, Mario Rabbids, Assassin's Creed Origins, and now Far Cry 5. They're putting out really good games. It's been a really big turning point for them, I feel. I'm really sensing that, and they're doing a great job, and I hope they continue to do so. And you can feel the family vibes coming out of them. Like, they really are a family there at Ubisoft, and it's really nice to see from such a large studio. I mean, thousands and thousands of people at Ubisoft, at each studio, like, working on these games. Like, Assassin's Creed's enormous, the amount of people that work on that. So for them to still hold on to what feels like a family vibe, it's a really admirable thing. They're doing a great job. They're my favorite of the really big AAA guys.
They've been for years, even when people have been shitting on them, like, it changed Ubisoft from one of the industry's worst. I never saw them as the worst.
No, me either.
I saw them as the small team. Like, CD Projekt Red is very similar to me in terms of what, how they're starting out. This smaller, this company, trying to make it bigger, and that's kind of what Ubisoft was. You had companies like Activision and EA that were dominating, and you even had companies like Squaresoft, that were eventually they acquired Enix. But like, you have all these like big guys, and then you had little tiny Ubisoft that no one even ever thought of, that it's just like grown. And they outperformed THQ, which was a huge one back in the day, and so they got to where they were by doing the things that they did.
Yeah, and they fall into sequelitis just like any of them, but they do it because it works, and it has worked very well for them. And it's every so often something happens, like Assassin's Creed Unity, and throws a wrench in the works, but they work around it, and now Assassin's Creed is doing really well again. But even just the fact that they put out games like Valiant Hearts and Child of Light, and I think Unraveled was them as well. They also put out games like that on top of the AAA sequelitis, and it's admirable. I think they do a great job balancing things over there. Continuing on with the final story in this first level update, let's go over to CD Projekt Red, another great studio. They have actually opened up a third studio dedicated to Cyberpunk 2077. That's how huge this game is. It's massive, unbelievably massive from the sound of things. The game will seemingly be at E3, with what they're showing at E3 being announced just before. So we're going to see something a little before E3. And they said they didn't want to confirm just yet. The campaign is single player and very expansive, and will be the first thing that they do show off before E3 and at E3. It sounds like the multiplayer, which is going to be incorporated, might be added post-launch, but they don't want to talk about that just yet. Everything is on the table, even Battle Royale, possibly, is on the table for them. This makes sense as they did a lot of the multiplayer staff hiring more recently, so they might need more time to finish that. The game has a character creator, and you still can pick your class despite rumors. The studio can't officially comment on next gen as it's not announced, but assured investors their game will scale to it. I think it'll be cross-generational for sure.
I believe it.
No microtransactions at all for the single-player mode, and no current plans for a Switch version. They also commented on The Witcher, saying they are done with the trilogy. It is done. It is gone. That does not mean The Witcher is dead, though, of course, because the trilogy was always announced as being a trilogy. That is Geralt's story. It ended. Doesn't mean they can't do other stories within the Witcher universe.
Right.
Comes,
about
you know,
other Witchers
a few years
like that.
after Cyberpunk, potentially. You know, so
I had no idea that these were connected.
yes, in a very cool way, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it either.
I had no idea. I mean, I obviously didn't play through any of the Witchers.
Yeah, mild spoiler alert, but Ciri travels between universes in 3, and at one point Geralt has a conversation with her where he asks where she was hiding, and she talks about this futuristic world where people had bionic limbs and this and that. It was very obvious that she was recalling Cyberpunk, and it would be really, really cool if you actually encounter Ciri in this game.
I would
comes
bet
out.
that that's part of it.
Yeah. I am more interested in this than The Witcher, actually, in some ways, which is bizarre because you guys know I love fantasy. But for some reason, this looks really, really cool. And the cyberpunk image, that theme, whatever you want to call it, has always been super attractive to me.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one. It's one of my most anticipated things for E3 this year, for sure.
Yeah, let's hope we see it.
Zell Starwing, thank you so much for hosting. Really appreciate that. Everybody who hosts, it gives you 5 XP. Don't forget that. All right, we got no wheel spins, I don't think.
None.
We got 200 bits from, what was his name?
Donkey.
Donkey. Thank you so much for 200 bits. Anything worth $5 or more will get you a spin of the prize wheel, of course, but we do appreciate 100 bits, 200.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to support the channel with, we really do appreciate that. We're going to move on to our trailer of the week. Thank you so much for the follow as well. That one came from Faraz. All right, let's head over to the reaction screen here. All right.
Maniac, have a good night. Thank you so much for earlier.
Yes, for resubbing. 7 months, man. Appreciate that. All right. We're going to archive this potentially on our YouTube, guys. So we're going to introduce it. We're going to close it off as if it is a YouTube segment. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere after this segment ends. We'll stick around, of course. All right, let's make sure we have the video loaded up and ready to go. Where are you at? There we are. Trailer of the week. All right, we're good. All righty. Welcome, level uppers, to a live reaction time. We are about to watch what I think will be the final trailer for Deadpool.
Yeah, most likely.
Most likely.
Comes out in a few weeks.
Yeah, very close. We were just talking earlier in the show about how the screenings, the most recent ones, went to the viewers.
Really positive.
Really positive. Yeah, 98 and 94 for those screenings. So
it.
on top of the earlier news that the critics were down on it for some reason, but I don't think we have anything to worry about, and I'm really excited to watch this trailer because this is my first time. What about you?
Oh no, I've seen it, but I watched it once.
Okay.
I needed to, and then I think you're gonna enjoy what you see on this.
All right, let's check out this trailer for Deadpool. Final trailer.
I shit my pants.
Actually, that may have been me.
Oh, you're living the dreams, DP. Yeah. Devil may care attitude. Strong guys.
This is definitely a Red Band trailer.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. I was rounding up all the gluten in the world and launching into space where it can't not hurt us ever again.
Kiss me like you miss me, Red.
What in the fuxicle is this?
My name's Cable. I'm here for the kid.
What? The kid?
Move or die.
Oh. Oh my God.
Let's give us a chance to be better than we used to be. He needs you.
You're a lot smarter than I look. I ain't letting Cable kill this kid. But I can't do this alone.
Can you speak up? It's hard to hear you with that pity dick in your mouth.
Oh my god.
We're gonna form a super duper fucking group. We need them tough, morally flexible, and young enough to carry their own
What?
franchise.
I didn't know he was in this.
We will be known as X-Force.
Isn't that a little derivative?
You're absolutely right. Now,
It's official.
Get our fuck on.
Let's go get our fuck on.
I've been here for years. I'm rocking my fears. What suckers in fear? Making the
What?
tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go.
Tell me they got that in slow motion. Doing the right thing is messy.
Oh my god.
But if you want to fight for what's right, sometimes you have to fight dirty. And that is why Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is pure pornography.
Oh, God, I wish I finished college.
It lives up to the hype, plus plus.
Fuck it, they probably won't even make it 3.
Yeah, why would they? Stop it too. You killed it.
That last smile from him was so freaking goofy, but I love it. Wow, man, Terry Crews is in there. I didn't know about that. And yeah, the violence, the comedy, all of it was firing on all cylinders there, man.
So someone that is not really affiliated with Deadpool, your thoughts are very positive of this. Right?
Yeah, you know, I don't even really know that much about X-Force. I've heard of X-Force. I've seen the artwork. I know of X-Force, but you know, this is new to me.
So many little teases in this that I had like after hearing from someone else that insisted on it, I had to like absolutely dive in. So I don't know if you missed it. Bill Skarsgård is in there too. He's actually a team member of X-Force.
Okay, cool.
So that was very bizarre. I didn't know that. So let's just talk about. So we brought up X-Force. He obviously said it. Yeah, you saw Domino. I forget who Terry Crews is playing. But then you see him in the black suit, which is very iconic to X-Force, because it's supposed to be like a almost secretive thing that always goes wrong, like a very bad version of like the A-Team. So you know what I mean? But then on top of that, the red herring. So for someone like Cable has a storyline. It's basically my favorite thing in comics that they've ever done.
Okay.
And it's the Hope storyline. It starts at the Messiah Complex where all the mutants are basically wiped out of existence by a thing that happens. I won't get into that deep, but there is one new mutant finally born after a long period of no mutants at all, and they name her Hope. And so Cable views this as a huge thing, and he feels like he's the only one able to protect her.
Okay.
So he goes and takes her and basically raises her himself.
Oh, okay.
So
I kind of know that a little bit.
There were always these talks about, him when he comes in is what they're going to do. It's actually his most iconic storyline now at this point in his existence. And if they go this route, I will be so psyched. And I feel like them showing the one kid that started the fire, whatever he was doing, that gave the finger.
Yeah.
I think he is honestly a big red herring. I think that they're just using him for the trailers because there's nothing. And I think that's why they're going this route. And I think there's a few things I think that's going to happen, and I want to say there is a decent chance that we are going to see a cameo from a Marvel version of somebody in this movie.
Okay, that's exciting. How do you feel, since we're on the subject of Josh Brolin playing Cable? A lot of people were down on him simply from like a posture standpoint, physique. How do you feel now, like seeing him in action, seeing the physicality?
I was definitely one of those that I didn't love it, but I also me and Rick had talked for a long time. There was not very many people I felt comfortable playing this character. Because Cable is actually one of my favorite characters in comics in general, not let alone X-Men. So I was very down on many people, but he was the only one I was like only okay with. But I didn't like it just for the sheer fact that like how many superheroes is he going to play? You know,
right?
How many super movies,
or villains?
Right. Like he's like Chris Evans. You know what I mean? Like so, I didn't love it. Now I don't think he's going to be a villain the whole time. So I
say the same of Ryan Reynolds, though. Let's be honest.
What?
Ryan Reynolds has been Deadpool in a different version of Deadpool. He's been Green Lantern. Now he's Deadpool.
Oh, I always wanted him as Deadpool.
Yeah, he's a great Deadpool. Yeah,
he was made for Deadpool. But no, so I actually I like him as it now for like the gruff that he has to it. And I always like the idea of the voice. But again, I think my issue is physically he looks a little bit weak and tiny. But there's really no way to do Cable. Essentially in the comics is supposed to look like one of the dudes from Gears of War.
Yeah.
Like he's not supposed to be
freaking,
like an average looking guy.
He's shredded.
So I think they did the best that they could with this, and I actually like it a lot.
Yeah, I think from like an acting standpoint, he's got it. Totally.
Yeah, oh absolutely.
And I'm just not somebody that's that invested in him needing to be like super jacked. Like I don't need that.
Yeah.
I think he's handling it pretty well. And he's an old guy. I mean, he's handling the role really well. I think the scenes we've seen with him here, he's showing the physicality. Of course, you've got all that stuff in the background. You've got the doubles and all this and that. But it looks action packed. It looks really funny. And I don't know who some of those characters are, but I saw Terry Crews. I saw some other ones. Everybody, all the characters seem really really badass. And what was the name of the girl from the first one? Super Mega
Teenage Warhead.
Yes.
Yeah.
She looks badass again in this one. Everything is looking awesome. I'm freaking pumped, man. I can't wait for this movie. I'll be seeing this one in theaters. You?
Domino looks great. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. This is a theater experience kind of movie.
100%. I will probably see this more than once in the theaters.
Yeah. Can't wait, man. Let us know what you thought, of course, if you're watching this on youtube.com/The Level Up Network in the comments. Leave feedback as well in the video. And if you liked this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, make sure you get notifications when we upload new reactions, which is very often because we do these live on Twitch at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. And you can also follow us there and turn on those alerts so you don't miss when we do the next one. Until then, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up.
Before anybody does it, I was wrong. Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Fuck corrections.
What did you say? You were close.
I think I said Super Teenage
Yeah, I thought so. You said Super first. And I threw you off because I said
Super. She was
Super.
never a character I ever had any attention for in the comics.
You were close. I'll let it slide.
Close enough.
I'll let it slide. All right, guys. Let's do a sub gift giveaway. As we head over to commercial break. Let me head back to the main screen first. So guys, this is for non-subs only. This is the first giveaway of the night. The next giveaway will be sub only because it is the final show of the month. Oh, thank you so much. Which is this?
New sub.
Oh, that is a YouTube sub.
Oh.
Thank you so much for the YouTube sub. Appreciate that. If you're watching right now. I'm not sure if you are. I forgot that sound. I was like, what's that sound? I just activated it. It's a new thing. I added YouTube subs too. You guys can subscribe at youtube.com/The Level Up Network. And that's probably what just happened from the guy watching our reactions. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much for doing that. All right. So non-subs only for this raffle here. All you gotta do is type in !raffle if you want to take part in this giveaway. And you could become a part of the +1 posse tonight. All right. There we go. It is active in the chat. !raffle. We're going to head to commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to continue on with the level update, talk about level 5. We're going to talk about PUBG Mobile and a few other things. So hold on tight. Donkey Show. We'll be back in approximately 60 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 209. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you like what we're doing at any point, please hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Turn on notifications. Make sure you get alerts whenever we go live. Well, we have a few more prize wheel segments to do in this episode. So you can do anything worth $5 more to get in on the next queue. That means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, cheering, tipping, hosting for 10 viewers or more. All of those will get you into the next queue for a prize wheel spin. If we destroy the prize wheel, we will take a handful of seasoned anchovies. So I don't think that'll happen tonight, but maybe another night that'll happen. But please, you can support us in that way, and also support the full-time dream. The goal is at the bottom of the screen. Thank you to another YouTube sub that just came in. Appreciate that. Keep them coming, guys. YouTube.com/The Level Up Network if you want to check out some of our archived content and sometimes original content that we put on there. Let me take a swig here. Other thing I wanted to push one more time is Trophy War, guys. I saw Alex in there talking about Trophy War. Anybody else that wants to become a part of it, earn trophies for a team. Simple as that. No pressure. All you gotta do is play games, earn trophies, and have a good time doing it and be a part of a community activity. So just go to the form provided in the chat, just put it in there, answer the couple questions that are mandatory. All it is Twitch ID, PSN ID, stuff like that, and we will add you onto the roster for us to do a draft on next Sunday for the Level Up Show. It's gonna be so much fun, I promise you. All right, moving on. Let's get back into Level Update. We're going to bring some Discord people in since we got a review guy in the queue. There was a few other in the queue earlier that left. I'm sorry, I missed you. Get back in the queue if you're interested in joining us because we're going to do Level Update and then Rapid Fire. So we have time to bring some people on the show. We're going to drag Review Guy on right now, and we're going to get in there ourselves. John, can you hear us? Review Guy, can you hear us? There he is.
There he is.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What's going on? What's new with you, man? We haven't spoken in a while, it feels.
Nothing much. Been playing a lot of PC. That's about it.
What you been playing on PC?
Mainly Arma 3.
Okay.
And Escape from Tarkov. I don't know if you've heard of that game.
I haven't. I almost bought it a few times. I just don't know how invested I'll be into it. I don't like the idea of losing all my loot.
Yeah, that's it's almost scary to go into a game when you do that, because you're just like, well, if I lose this, I'm no guarantee of getting it back. You know what I mean?
Right, like I don't like the idea, like to me, I was just talking to Drew, I'm missing the charm of leveling up a character and finding loot and all these things and knowing that I have something good. And don't get me wrong, I like being able to, you know, have a penalty for it, but there is a difference of, ooh, I got this one of a kind thing. Like that's like, I stopped playing Fortnite PvE mode because as you use the weapons that you get, they break down and eventually they go away. So you can have this like awesome, rare, you know, legendary item, and you know that you can only get through a certain way. Like there was items that you get only from, you know, being an early access member, and once they're gone, they're gone. You can't do them. You can't use them again.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's not fun to me.
For sure.
Yeah, no, it's really it almost is scary to play Tarkov because you die so easily and then you lose all your stuff. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that.
For sure. Real quick, I want to acknowledge something that I wasn't aware of originally, and I could be wrong on this, but Donkey Show, I think you just popped up on our Discord as Donk. I just realized that you're probably Donk from Critically Awkward, right? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I should have picked up on that. Welcome to the show, man. I love your stuff. I love all you guys at Critically Awkward. You're doing a great job, especially just starting out with that. And I would love to talk with you more, actually, and see if there's any way we can collaborate in a way. I've talked with, I'm trying to think of your female member on the show. I'm drawing a blank on her name. I'm sorry, but I talked with her previously on Twitch Connect, and she's also awesome. So we should get in touch at some point. Anyway, back to John. Anyway, back to John. Sorry.
Like, anyway.
Did you watch me play Ni no Kuni at all, John?
No, I don't think so.
Do you have any interest in that kind of game?
No.
No, it's not your kind of thing. I'm wondering if you would like more the direction they're going, though, because you know, Ni no Kuni just came out. We know it's great for those JRPG lovers, but the next thing they're working on, also in the RPG realm, looks like it's going to be more modern and more MMORPG. According to IGN, Level 5, the studio behind popular series such as Yokai Watch, Professor Layton, and Ni no Kuni, has teased what lies ahead for the developer as it celebrates its 20th anniversary this coming year. According to Level 5 CEO Akihiro Ino, the studio's next game will have a modern-day setting rather than a fantasy one, and it's very ambitious in scale. MMORPG is what we're thinking. We do have an idea. I'm not sure if we can call it an MMO or not, but we're planning to make it a big title on the same scale as one, is what he said. Hino said the game won't be released this year, but the studio wanted to make the announcement in 2018 to celebrate the 20th anniversary, of course. How do you feel about MMORPGs, John?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Witcher 3 was an MMORPG, right?
No, massively multiplayer would be more along the lines of
massive,
like,
right.
Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft, something along those lines.
Yeah, I would be interested in that. That would be a different stretch.
I think I'm still in that boat where it's intimidating for me. I'm not sure.
What, an MMO?
Yeah, even from Level 5. I love Level 5. I love the work they do, but MMORPG is very intimidating to me.
I mean, yeah, it's just a huge time thing. That's the only reason why I haven't started them. I wanted to try to get into Final Fantasy and Elder Scrolls, and I just can't. I don't have the time for that at all. But that said, what I'm really hoping that this is, and I know it doesn't mean too much to you, but I'm hoping it's something to do with Sword Art Online.
Do they have any connection to that?
So, well, it is it's a very Japanese-centric... It's a anime, so I don't know if you've ever seen it at all.
I have seen parts of it. Not much.
So I mean, it's a Japanese anime, but at the same time, with them doing the Studio Ghibli type stuff and them trying to work towards that, that's definitely an ambitious something that would be an MMORPG that would have a lot of weight to it. So I'm hoping that it will be something like that. Like that would make a lot of sense for them, in my opinion.
I need to correct something real quick. I'm sorry. Johnny's spreading fake news, and people are actually biting on it.
John.
No, it starts in like a couple weeks. Johnny, stop telling people it starts in August. Yeah. People believe you.
Damn it, Johnny.
Damn it, Johnny is right. Stop it. All right. Johnny's the one who keeps starting that, though.
Damn it, Johnny.
Yeah. All
God
right.
damn it, Johnny.
It starts in a couple weeks, guys. Trip you are. He's playing this right now. I am as well.
Awesome.
Ni no Kuni is awesome. That is what I expect from level 5. I don't expect MMORPG. Although White Knight's Tale, I want to say, was that what it was called? You remember that? White Knight Story?
Yeah.
That was kind of open world MMO-ish, but it didn't have like the full multiplayer of like an MMORPG. No. So they've dabbled in that realm a little bit, but they've never gone full MMO, in my memory at least. So this would be something new for them. And when they say modern, do you think it'll be modern fantasy like Final Fantasy 15, or do you think it's like modern like Agent
I'm thinking
or something?
It's modern time, and that's why I'm also thinking it's Sword Art Online, because that's when it's supposed to take place.
Chronicles,
Sword Art Online. White Knight Chronicles. But that was also a weird one because you had to like it was really in depth, and then the second one you had to play the first one in order to play the second one. That was a really weird because you had it, right? Oh, I thought you did.
The first one reviewed much more poorly than I expected, and I decided to skip it.
Okay.
And then the second one was very reliant on the first one, so I never jumped into that series.
Right.
But the multiplayer was more, I don't know if I would call it asynchronous or whatever, but you didn't like interact with people directly. It was like they left things in the world, kind of Dark Souls-ish.
I was gonna say it was very Dark Souls, Child of Light like.
Yeah, you leave things behind and influence people in that way, as opposed to traveling with them and being a part of their party. I could be wrong on that because I never played it, but I think that was the closest they've come to massively multiplayer moving forward. John, let's keep you on the line because I don't think we have anybody else in here. We do. We have Diclonius and Jersey Tom. So maybe we'll bring you back. Stay in the queue, though,
I will.
review guy, because maybe we'll bring you on for the rapid fire. All right?
Sure.
All right, man. See ya. All right, let's bring Jersey Tom on.
Yeah.
Jersey Tom, can you hear me? Jersey Tom. Resetera streamer. Or viewer, I should say, or a frequenter, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I think he's a streamer too because he was YouTube, Jersey Tom Gaming on YouTube when he followed. So
seems like he might be muted though.
Womp.
Let's try out Diclonius, and maybe we'll try Jersey Tom again.
Oh,
there he is.
There he is.
There I am. You're right. I was 100% muted.
No worries, man. Welcome to the show, Jersey Tom. It's nice to talk with you.
Hey, good to talk to you guys, man.
All right, a Resetera member. I love anybody who's from Resetera, so thank you for joining us, man. We're going to talk about PUBG on mobile. You have any interest in PUBG?
Yeah, I've been following it, the release so far.
Even on mobile?
Even on mobile, yes.
Have you dabbled in it at all yet?
I have not dabbled in it. I've been mainly watching and trying to take in how it's been working on mobile. And mainly the main thing I'm taking out of it is the fact that it looks like it's a PS1 game.
Yeah, well, it looks bad, and I've been playing Fortnite mobile, and I'll tell you right now, trying to go to the controls of those types of games on mobile is very hard. Yeah. So it's definitely a completely different experience. But that said, PUBG did release in the U.S. for mobile. It's actually been out in China for a couple weeks or even months, I think, and then Canada for a few weeks as well. But GameSpot, right, the massively popular game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is now available on mobile. Following a round of beta tests in Canada, PUBG Corp has rolled out the mobile version of PUBG in many regions around the world, including the U.S. It is described as a faithful adaptation of the PC game. It features the same last man standing gameplay experience and still has 100 players versus each other on an increasingly shrinking map, with the object being to outlast all the other people. The mobile version of PUBG was developed in collaboration with mobile gaming giant Tencent. That name again. Yep. We are working hard to create an authentic PUBG mobile experience that players new and old will love, said Chen Jerry, Tencent's corporate vice president. A lot of work went into controls and optimization to give players a smooth and intuitive experience. Unlike the just released mobile version of Fortnite, which is currently only available to select iOS members who have signed up for the invite-only test, PUBG Mobile can be downloaded for free on both iOS and Android devices from the app and Google Play stores. Just so you guys know, it is already the #1 app on the App Store. And they're adding a event mode similar to Fortnite's, where you start with 8-player squads, which they actually have in the PC version.
Yeah, that's just the first of many events. They're just jumping on board that style that Fortnite's been doing for a little while now, which makes sense. That they would. It's been working very well for Fortnite to kind of diversify the gameplay and keep it fresh. How do you feel about Fortnite, Tom? I think he might have been muted again.
Oh.
Nope, he's there.
No, he's there.
Jersey Tom, can you hear us?
Oh, he might be watching the stream instead of listening to Discord.
Oh, it's possible. Maybe you'll catch up in a second then. But anyway, you know, Fortnite is still only available through like beta, right? Like you have to sign up. And all
I
this
have
and
some
that.
invites that I need to give to people as well for that.
Oh,
But
do
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You played it when we were actually in the Poconos.
Yeah,
How did you feel
I did.
about it?
Oh my god, it's rough. It's tough to play on that. Just because you have to. So the way the controls are, it's just like any of the games where you have to move around. So you have a fake, stick. It's a circle on the left side, but then the entire screen you can just draw your finger on and you'll look around. But to shoot, you have to tap it. Now it is intuitive in the fact that your item bar at the bottom, you can just tap it to select whatever item you want. Whereas before you normally have to scroll through and everything like that. But there's no real easy way to move, aim, and jump or crouch at the same time.
Okay.
Like the people that get really good, like as we're playing now, especially, I'm realizing that I am jumping around, I am crouching, as I'm moving around and shooting. There's almost no way to do this. Kelly, in fact, Donk, thank you so much for the sub.
Really appreciate that, Donk.
Kelly actually said that the only way she can get crossbow or sniper kills is by playing on mobile, because people just stand still most of the time. But that's the thing, is it's much harder to move around. So it definitely is a different game, and I don't like that it's connected to the PC or PlayStation version in any way. I know why they would want to do that, just to say
progression,
universal, but it's bad. Like, you do not want to play with somebody who's on a mobile platform.
Yeah, and you don't have to unless you're in their party. So
you could actually change your settings to who you prefer to play with.
Yeah. So that being there makes everything okay, in my opinion.
But PUBG, I'm sure it's going to be the same way. Like Jersey Tom was saying, it definitely looks like a PS1 game, but you can expect that. You're playing on a very small. Look at the Switch. The Switch is the new gen console, but the games on there a lot of times look like Wii U or Wii games.
Can't you control the settings though? Can't you do ultra settings even on phone if you want?
I don't think so.
I thought there were actual graphical settings. Somebody in the chat might be able to correct me if I'm wrong on that. But the fact that we have Fortnite and we have PUBG on mobile now, doesn't that mean these should come to Switch?
Fortnite, I will bet your bottom dollar that it will come to Switch.
Deponge said you can.
Okay, you can. Well,
there are some, says Jersey Tom.
Interesting.
Jersey, you left us.
Right?
Where'd you go?
But no, I would absolutely bet everything on Fortnite coming to Switch, and I would bet you will see an announcement in a direct of some sort at E3, or maybe you'll see them come out on stage somewhere, and they'll announce it. So I think that will be pretty great with them.
Yeah, in the first 3 days of release, Fortnite Mobile already made $1 million, and of course it's been out longer than that now. And they're also adding a replay video editor into Fortnite, into the Battle Royale mode. No, this is for Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
So these are Fortnite stats here. It's fascinating to see this battle that's brewing now between the two of them. It's just this constant back and forth. Oh, you did this, we're going to copy that, we're going to try and one-up it, and it's cool to see. Fortnite is still coming out on top in a lot of ways right now, especially when it comes to the streaming game. The amount of people watching and streaming, Fortnite is way above PUBG at this point. That whole thing with Drake, that skyrocketed Fortnite. And skyrocketed Discord too, actually.
Really?
Because of all of the time they spent trying to figure out Discord and trying to get Drake on Discord, supposedly Discord saw a huge increase in numbers.
Really?
That. So good for them as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
Interesting to see that kind of stuff happen. All right. Moving on, we got one more story in this level update. Let's go over to Discord and see who we've got. So we got Bowser and Diclonius Games. Diclonius was here first, so we're gonna bring him in. Jose, can you hear us? Jose, Diclonius Games. Nah, we're gonna try Bowser, I think. All right, Bowser. Bowser, can you hear us?
I absolutely can. What's up, guys?
There we go.
Welcome to the show,
this
Bowser.
This guy's right on the game.
Also, thank you so much for the 1001 bits tonight, man. Really appreciate that.
Oh, guys, you don't have to thank me. You guys have a fantastic show, fantastic community. Don't even worry about it, man.
Why the extra one?
Because he wanted to be top tier. He wanted to be top tier of the week.
Was somebody 1,000
exactly? Oh, okay,
Headman was number one before that.
Okay,
you can see he's up there. Yeah.
Although I feel really bad. It's like,
nah, don't do that. It's Price is Right rules.
No, man, that's the game. That's the whole point of it. And the prize will spoke. Your special thanks for a month. So that's the way it goes. You'll be in the credits if you don't know what that means. That means in the credits you'll be in the special thanks area for a whole month.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
So let's talk a little bit about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Yes, the rumors are that it is not going to incorporate the multiplayer in any way. It's just going to be a single player campaign. First of all, are you a Call of Duty guy, Bowser?
So it really depends. So back when Call of Duty 2 came out, I was in college back in my undergrad, and it was like, So the big part of me is like, I'm really happy they're remastering it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of sad they're not remastering it with a campaign.
With a multiplayer campaign, or with the they do have the single player campaign according to the rumors.
They do. Oh, okay.
The rumors are that they're being a bunch of assholes and only putting the single player campaign.
Yes, no multiplayer at all. So the thing that most people play is not going to be included. The single player campaign is what's included.
Yes.
So only the single player. Oh, jeez.
Yes. Well, so good news in a way, I guess, that you get the single player, but I mean, I say most people play the multiplayer, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure like the campaign that I played was multiplayer only, or well, at least that's multiplayer that I played. So it's like, what? Why even release it, right?
It is a little bizarre, yeah.
Yeah, this is a really bad move for them. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the campaign of 2.
What?
Buddy, thank you so much as well.
$10 from Buddy, and also 500 bits from Tom. Thank you so much, guys.
Less than 3.
Less than 2, you mean? Less than 2, Buddy.
I don't think she knows that.
No, probably not.
For a while. But the campaign for Modern Warfare 1 and 2 were great. I love them. It was fun.
Yeah, they're solid.
The ending of Modern Warfare 2 is awesome. I love it. It's like one of those memories I'll always have of how you finish it off. But the multiplayer, like that was so much of my time. On console.
At that time, that was pinnacle
absolutely.
Of multiplayer.
It's still, in my opinion, probably... I would say that game, Modern Warfare 2, was better than any Halo game for multiplayer.
From the multiplayer standpoint. Yeah, I mean, that was the start of Halo dwindling when it came to the presence.
It really was.
Yeah, so the fact that they would... Why do you think they are ignoring it? Like, what's the reason for it? Like, they can't...
It's got to be a money thing. It's either... Well, someone said that something about cheating, but I'm going to bet you anything it's a money thing, too.
What do you think, Bowser?
It's definitely a money thing. They have to be trying to cut costs as much as they can. I mean, remastering a game itself, do they really have the manpower they can to delegate to it? I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, to me, if they're trying to delegate most of the time towards the multiplayer aspect,
right,
you really have to wonder, are they going to be able to focus time on the multiplayer co-op? I mean,
I think it's more so that they're going to try to release them separately.
Mm-hmm.
I will bet you years ago, like 2 years ago, was it now? 3 years ago?
That's a possibility,
maybe?
yeah.
I said about how they needed to, because this was at a point where Call of Duty was starting to get very stale, before the whole, Infinite Warfare BS that, kind of shot them down. I said that they really should focus on separating the games, where you can buy each game for like 35. You could buy the single player for one price, you could buy the multiplayer for another price, or you can buy them bundled together for a certain price as well. That way, the people like myself who haven't played it in a while.
Don't show I got you.
We were just gonna bring it up too.
You didn't even give us a chance. You already beat them out. Wow. Way to go, Bowser.
But yeah, like I feel like that's maybe the way they're going. Like maybe they realize that they could make money from separating them. Like there's a chance that I'll pay more money for both. So I wonder.
I think you might be right. It's kind of it's shady, shitty practice, but
they're not dumb. They know people will pay for.
They will. You're right. People will pay if they can get. What's the price though? If they do single player only and multiplayer only, what's the price for each, in your opinion, Bowser?
You're asking if they do it separately?
If they did it separately, what do you think they would price each at?
Well, personally, because I'm a super nice guy, I'd say pay like $4.99 for the audition. But what they would probably do is probably
I can show you.
I can do like a $10 DLC. $9.99 plus tax. I could easily see them doing that.
That would be very attractive, actually.
Right now,
I could see them doing it because there are people like you and I that would be like, oh, $10?
Yeah,
whatever. I can
$10,
do that.
yeah.
Like whatever.
I will bet you anything that it's going to be $30 a piece.
That would be crazy.
Well, here's the thing. It was $30 once they finally released the remaster of the original Modern Warfare, right? Mm-hmm. There's no... Honestly, I'll tell you right now. You're talking to the person. I'm buying both.
Really?
I'm dead serious. And it sucks that I'm going to say this. I hate it. I hate giving Activision money like that, but I'm doing it. I'll buy both.
See, I'm with Forrest there. I think $20 for each would be fair. I think $10 for each would be really, really great. I think that would be amazing. $20, I think, is right where they should be. But, I mean, like you said, if you're willing to pay the money, I guess...
There are absolutely people that are willing to pay a full $60 for this game again.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. You're probably right.
Like, I mean, think about it. Would you pay $60 for a... Are you going to pay $60? If they just did a basic remake of Final Fantasy VII, or would you pay $60 for it?
Well, I mean that's a little bit of a different situation, don't you think? That's like
no,
a huge
that's what I'm
game.
saying. I'm saying change it a little bit. If they did to Final Fantasy VII what they're doing to Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh, where they just like upscale.
Yeah, would you pay $60?
I mean, I already did, but it only cost me $15.
But would you? I'm saying if they did like a full version upscale.
No, honestly, no, I wouldn't.
Really?
In all honesty, even the $15 that I spent for that. Was a little much. I think the dynamic theme was what pushed me over the edge. I really wanted that dynamic theme. Because all it is an upscale, and as I've said a million times, I'm not going to replay it. Mm-hmm. I will not play Final Fantasy VII again until I play the remake. I want to forget as much about that game as possible so that I can go into that remake and be like, oh, wow, yeah, okay, I forgot about that. That was really cool.
Rick said, though, that the leaked price for the single-player campaign was $25. So that changes it up for me, because that goes to my other idea, that they would give you a discount for buying it together. So, single-player campaign, $25, multiplayer campaign, $25, buy them together for $40 even.
Yeah, see, they could do that. That could work.
Done.
That could work, man.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
We'll have to wait and see. It's still a little early. They haven't officially revealed it just yet, but it's got to be very soon. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? But Bowser, unfortunately, Donk has taken the lead. I regret to tell you this, but still, thank you so much. 1,301 bits from Bowser. I appreciate you, man, and it was nice having you on the show.
No!
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, take care, man.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good night, man.
Good night.
Speaking about themes, there's a Horizon theme that's free right now. It's really nice. It's very simple. It just rolls through, and it has the music playing in the background.
That's great. Yeah, that's all I need. Right now, I've got Ni no Kuni dynamic theme as my background, but I could switch it up. I'll definitely download it.
It's definitely. I think that one's going to be because it's just the pictures of the artwork, but it's definitely that smooth, calm sounds going on.
Totally forgot to play the video for that. I was looking back. I was like, do they have a Modern Warfare 2 trailer still? And they actually did.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Like, go back and like look at this.
I honestly, I would be very excited to play through this again. The No Russians level would be bad right now, but the in DC through Beatdown DC. Yo, you remember with the reveal trailer when they're like swimming underwater?
Yep, I do.
I was like, oh my god, this is intense. And they come up and I'm like, yes, like, oh my god.
Honestly, this whole entire trailer. You probably did. This whole entire trailer, I can remember it almost frame for frame. And that was only like a couple times I watched it, but still, I remember the trailer.
The castle where they started.
Oh my!
Baz, he staggered us.
You staggered us.
Sorry, a dong show.
Not with
And then Bowser with it.
You guys are coming in with a lot of stuff.
Oh my god! Out of nowhere.
I guess cheers don't cause the
spectacular.
What just happened?
I'm telling you, he staggered us. Baz staggered us.
I thought he staggered us with.
Now let's do the bit war.
Oh my god, okay, yeah. I thought the 1000... There's so much going on right now.
That was Bowser.
Oh my...
I'll have to go back in Streamlabs and look at
Bowser's back in the lead, but then we just got staggered by Baz. Let's pause our lives for a second here, guys. Pause our lives, because we got to handle this ourselves, too.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. I think what I'll do is I will watch the archive. And I'll figure out the XP that way. But we have to like announce as we're going through this, say who we're spinning for and how much XP goes to them. You know, like make sure we're very clear as we're saying this, so that when I go back to the archive, I can go through and make sure I give the XP out.
Let me see if I can keep up with it. I'll see if I can do it.
Yeah, unless Kelly is in here. Kelly, are you in the chat? Before we move on to this this stagger that's about to happen. Bowser, oh god, I broke it. No, you didn't break anything. It just so many things pop up at the same time. I was confused. I don't think Kelly's here still. Oh, she is here. Okay, Kelly, are you willing to try and keep track of this stagger? Let us know, please. This might break the wheel too. Don't forget, which means we have to eat these freaking anchovies.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I think I got this.
We ready for this?
Yeah.
We ready for the attack? Is the real question. What am I looking at? I don't see anything. Oh my god. Get down, Mike. All right. Let us begin the wheel spins. I'm working on a better animation for
Okay,
the Level Up Show too, because I made a really nice one for game streams, but I'm working on the Level Up Show version of that. All right, so guys, the way staggers work is that for the next 3 minutes, we are in a staggered state thanks to that $33.33 tip, which means you only have to do $1 or 100 bits to get a spin of the points wheel. There's a lot of XP to be given out on this points wheel. You can see there's so many slices on there, and if you guys keep that spin going, you can get 1,000 XP to the entire room potentially. So you're ready to start right now if you want. 100 bits or $1 will get you a spin of the points wheel. And there we go. Dirty Habanero gets the first spin. This one is for Dirty Habanero. Dirty Habanero gets 24 XP to him alone. Thank you so much, Dirty Habanero, for the 100 biddies. Unfortunately, Bowser and Donk, I think, used their biddies too early. And you do not have to do like 1,000 bits. You can do 100 and then 100 and then 100. So you can get a lot of wheel spins out of this and get more XP to the entire room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rick is being a champ and just giving out XP at this point. He's just making it rain. Thanks so much for that, Rick. Also, thanks so much, Baz, man. $33.33 tip, which will be a wheel spin, of course. We got a few wheel spins we got to do for all those bits that came in thanks to Donk and Bowser. Dirty Habanero again with 100 bits. This one is for him. Dirty Habanero gets 23 XP to Dirty Habanero alone. Well, I can keep track of this. This is no problem at all. Right. I might as well just start doing it. So that's 47 now. Points add, Dirty. 47. Oh, Jersey Tom with the clover. This one's for Jersey Tom. Jersey Tom. Ooh, the entire room, and I can, it's moving slow enough I can do this. Points add all 11, right? There you go.
Points add 11 all.
No, I think all's right. Really? There you go, yeah.
Oh, there, wow.
Yep, it is all. Guys, you have less than a minute left to get in a couple. Oh, there we go, Review Guy with $1. This one's for Review Guy. And then Bowser after that.
Because why not, right? Lol.
19
to Review Guy. And another one for Bowser. The Review Guy.
12 XP to room.
19 to Review Guy. And then points add all 12. We're keeping on this tonight. Fire Sender, it's all good, man. We're going late tonight. I understand. 20 seconds left in the stagger to get in a couple more points wheel spins, guys.
It renamed Bowser to Bower.
Oh, you know, I had a total missed opportunity when he left. I should have said, "So long, dear Bowser." I missed it. Total missed opportunity. Alright. Thank you so much, guys, for those little biddies. And, of course, to Baz for $33.33. That's huge, man. That's huge. Added onto that full-time dream at the bottom there. Alright, and now we have to figure out all the other wheel spins we have to do. Because we're about to hit our third wheel spin segment of the night. Let's see here. So the last thing we did was...
Go down.
We're good now. So we're starting it with Jersey Tom. We actually have a lot of things to do here. I didn't realize we have so many. Yeah. All right. We have a lot. All right. Let's start wheel spinning. Anything worth $5 more.
Jersey Tom was the first one? No,
yep.
I thought it was below that. I thought it was when Donkey, like, before... Yeah. I know. It was... Okay, because he did 200. Yeah, he did 200. Never mind.
Yeah, we did 200. So, yeah, that was not...
So, I forgot. I knew there was another one, but I forgot.
So, Jersey Tom started off this wheel spin segment with 500 bits. This one's for you, Jersey Tom. Thanks so much for coming on the show for a little bit there. And also for the support tonight. Appreciate you. And Jersey Tom gets...
25 XP.
25 XP to the entire room. Kelly, please make that happen. Oh, to the spinner. To just Jersey Tom alone, 25 XP.
B-A-U-Z-E-R.
Next up, we've got Buddy with a $10 tip. That's huge. Thanks so much, Buddy.
Yeah, that was great.
Coming back strong tonight.
Porn stash.
The porn stash is coming out. I'll make it happen. Next up, we've got Donk Show with 1,100 bits. 1,100. See if I can find a good one here.
And Old Man.
Oh, we're doing Old Man porn stash, Andrew. All right. After
you
that,
should do like a decaying Ron Jeremy if you can.
Ron Jeremy?
Yeah.
Jeremy or Burgundy or are we thinking the right Ron here? Jeremy, really?
Ron Jeremy?
You want me to be Jeremy? Oh man. Okay. I guess
you know
he is the porn guy, so I guess that makes sense. This one is for. This is for Bowser.
Lip sync.
Lip sync challenge for Bowser. Okay. Can you start writing some of these things down, or we're gonna lose track? Write down lip sync challenge. Next up, we got a lot, man. We have a lot here. Donk Show with 1,000 bits. Thank you so much for the war that was brewing there between Bowser and Donk Show.
Costume chest for me.
Okay. I don't know if you want to write that down or if you want to just remember. All right, so that was Donk Show there. We got one more from Bowser, 1,000 bits from Bowser, and then we've got that $33 one.
Yep.
Stay on, stay on. Oh!
Sub gift.
Sub gift! Oh, we forgot to do sub gift earlier.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah,
Let's find out who that was, and then we can start another one right after that. The winner of the previous sub gift is Donk Show.
There you go.
Wait, he already subbed?
Oh, that's right.
He subbed, so we're gonna do another one. We're gonna pick a winner again. The winner is. Will it not allow me? It did. Who did that say?
Ooh.
It's a tough name.
Well, if the freaking gamer Scott Josh.
Yeah, something like that.
Something gamer Josh.
Woof of a gamer Josh. Gamer Josh, you are getting a sub gift.
Josh.
Thank you so much for getting in on that raffle. We're gonna start another one right now. Might as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gamer Josh. All right, Gamer Josh. He's getting one. Non-subs only. Get in on this raffle with exclamation point raffle. All right, guys. Exclamation point raffle. The previous one is still active up there for some reason. Let's shut it down and reset. Reset. Is it open giveaway? Why is it acting like it's not open?
It's allowing you to open it.
Open giveaway.
All right, there we go.
No, we want to reset. That's what we want to do. Reset, then open. All right.
There we go. Now we're good.
I don't know why it's still showing that up there like that.
Interesting.
Huh. Interesting.
All right, and then one
again,
more
it's too
Baz.
quiet in here. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Let's refresh that giveaway thing. There we go. Let's just get rid of it because that's confusing. All right. Next up, we got $33.33. This one for Baz 023S. Huge stagger. Thank you so much, man.
And 10 XP to Baz.
10 XP to Baz. Kelly, please make that happen if you can. And I think that is it.
Yes.
So I gotta get on the glasses. And I've got to be old man for rapid fire, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Way to go, guys. That's how it's done. If you are a non-sub, just type an exclamation point raffle. I'm feeling parched tonight.
Look it.
I'm feeling parched tonight. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm having problems. All right. And after that, we have a $10 PSN card giveaway.
Yeah.
That one is for subs only. It is a sub-only giveaway tonight. We do it every month for the final show of the month. It's too quiet. Well, I could just jump in the Discord and scream loudly. One thing I will say, Bowser, your laugh is amazing.
Entertaining, yeah.
Very entertaining laugh. Kind of evil, but I'm okay with it. Let's see, who do we got in here? We got Review Guy, we got Bowser, we got Jersey Tom. I'm wondering if we could try again with Jersey Tom, because we didn't really get to talk with him much earlier.
Yeah.
We could bring him in for the rapid fire if he wants. So let's see what happens here. So we'll wait for that to end before we start the $10 PSN card. Let's jump into the rapid fire news roundup.
Get my thing on.
Oh, you want to get your costume chest on?
Yeah.
Hold. I'm going to try and bring Jersey Tom on. Let's see if he wants to do this. Jersey Tom, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can.
Nice. Okay. We didn't get to talk with you much earlier, so I figured we'd bring you back in for a couple more stories if you're cool with that.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's let Mike get his costume on here. He's figuring out what he wants to wear. What was that?
When did you do this?
I didn't do anything to that.
You see it?
Yeah, it's kind of skeevy looking, for sure. Maybe it's like dried sweat or something. It looks like dried sweat, I'll be honest with you. That thing needs a wash.
That's gross.
That thing needs a heavy wash. Thank you to all the people jumping into our Discord for the first time. Really appreciate that, guys. We had Donk, Marv, and Firewood tonight, I think are the only ones. Oh, no, Jay Shu as well. Bowser jumped into there. Anybody else? Oh, we got Teha Lemmy. Thank you so much for jumping into our Discord. everybody should. Just go to discord.gg/thelevelupnetwork if you want to jump in and keep in contact with the community, even when we are not live. And that means us and the whole community, because we got an amazing community here on the Level Up Network, as you guys know. All right, Mike is prepared. He's going with a lot of different elements. He's going with diversity tonight.
Just 2. All right, go ahead and get started.
Okay. Let's get into those tiny little stories that we have to do every week and what we like to call the Rapid Fire News Roundup. Ah! Sorry to burst your eardrums there.
RIP headphone users.
Jersey Tom. All right, first up.
You're good, brother.
Jersey Tom. You a Zone of the Enders fan?
Zone of the Enders, yes.
Yes. Did you hear it's been delayed, though?
I did.
Yeah, delayed from spring until September. Is this something you think you'll buy, though?
It's definitely up there on one of the things that I want to add into my backlog, yeah.
Yeah, they're also adding in a VR mode with this one. I don't know if you have VR mode, but for those ones out there, this game seems like it would be really cool in VR. So that's something to keep an eye on.
I'm sure it will be, and it's one of those things along with Rez that I'm sure is going to be like an absolute assault to your senses. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, it's like I've tried VR. I tried it out when I went to PSX this past year. VR is just, to me, is just such a gimmick.
Okay.
Like it's the same thing as motion controls for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I think it has a lot of potential, honestly. I haven't experienced it to an extent where I can really speak too much on it, but I do think that it has a lot of potential to be really cool. Mike has PSVR, unless you sold it back already.
No.
You sold it? Oh, you didn't.
I still have it.
You still have it, okay. So if we did an over-under on that one, you would be okay.
Well, I get sick from playing it, so it's a little different.
Yeah, you don't know if you're going to hold on. Oh, you know what? Kelly was actually saying that she might consider buying that from you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you really are thinking of selling it.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I probably won't be able to really use it because every time I've done it.
Do you still have Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm keeping that.
Okay. Have you played it?
Yeah, I actually started the story not too long ago.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Looks like the over 1 month for that one then.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
And you can't sell back Celeste, so that one doesn't count. Well, I guess you can, but not at this point. You've played too much.
No, it's on yours.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Gotcha. Well, anyway, moving on. Another story. There is a Street Fighter TV series in the works. It's based off of the web series that was done called Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. I have not watched any of this. I heard it was decent, though. It was actually not bad. I'm not sure where this new series would go to, if it's going to continue being a web series or if it's going to go to like an Amazon or something like that. Any interest in a gaming TV series? You know, Witcher is in the work for Netflix. Jersey Tom, any interest to you?
Yeah, weren't they? I mean, we're still getting a Witcher series, I believe, right?
We are. We 100% are on Netflix. Yep, yeah, that's happening.
So we're still getting a Witcher series. We're still getting, I believe they're still trying to do either a Mario movie or a series again on Netflix.
I think they're trying to do a movie, and they're also trying to do a Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So those are two things that are still happening. Castlevania is getting a season 2 on Netflix. That's another one that's
right. Yeah, it will be getting a season 2. You know what? They can keep trying to make these. I mean, I know it's difficult because not many have really worked out. Castlevania was hit or miss, just because it was so short and not much happened in it.
We liked what was there, though. It was very short. I think
it was definitely a good intro.
Been longer, but I did like what was there.
It was like the Metal Gear Ground Zeroes of a TV show.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I could see
very
that.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, they're becoming more promising as time goes on. I think an Assassin's Creed one I thought was in the works as well. That was also going to be animated. So I could be recalling that wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're doing an animated Assassin's Creed series. So it's cool that they're trying it. And then Tomb Raider just came out in theaters. We're getting more and more of this kind of stuff. And hopefully, as time goes on, they finally increase in quality.
Right, yeah. And I mean, the potential is there. I mean, when EA put out the old motion comic of Dead Space, I was sure that was going to turn into a series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different potential, exactly.
Yeah, Last of Us has been shut down, supposedly, though. They're no longer doing a Last of Us movie. Uncharted is happening with Tom Holland as a young Drake.
Boo.
So that's also cool. I think that's cool.
Is it?
Yeah, I love that they're sticking away from...
if they're doing the origin stuff, I guess, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, as long as it's separate, I think it's very cool. Moving on, BioWare developer has confirmed that Dragon Age 4's dev team has shrunken down to a skeleton crew at this point because everybody's jumping on to Anthem instead.
Cool.
You think it's cool?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Not a Dragon Age fan?
It's not that I'm not a Dragon Age fan, but they've had 3 of those. And I'd rather see what Anthem has.
What do you think, Tom?
I think that this is 100% just their desperation. This is their power play. I mean, they're going full court press right now on Anthem, and they're just hoping against hope that this thing is a success. Because if it's not, I mean, you know how EA is.
After Mass Effect Andromeda, yeah, I mean, they need a sci-fi epic to be a success. This is what Mass Effect Andromeda should have been, probably. They've got all of their main guys on this one, and now they're taking all the Dragon Age guys too.
I feel so bad for everybody who works there because they have to be under some sort of gun right now.
Oh man,
hoping that this thing works out. I do not envy any of the developers who have to try and make Anthem a success right now.
Yeah, and it's not even just the BioWare team. All of EA, considering what happened with Battlefront 2, now those Battlefield 5 guys have to be terrified of doing something wrong when it comes to microtransactions or any type of economy in that game. Everybody at EA right now must be really stressed out,
right?
Which is unfortunate because it's not like it's their fault. They're not the ones that make these big higher up decisions. They're the ones just developing the game and putting in the hard work. So it's a bummer to see that. But moving on from that, Twitch Prime, as we were talking about earlier, is expanding its selection that they're going to be incorporating each month as far as giveaway games go. This month is going to be 5 games: Shadow Tactics, Tales from Candlekeep, Tomb of Annihilation, Super Hot, Oxenfree, Mr. Shifty are the ones that I have on the list. Do you know of any of those games, Tom?
Mr. Shifty, 100%, yeah.
What's Mr. Shifty like?
Mr. Shifty is a top-down. Think of Hotline Miami, but it's got a little bit of a teleportation mechanic where you're going to be able to skip through walls to try and pretty much make your way toward the end of the map. I think there's some very limited combat, but the idea is to get from one point on the map to the other one without dying. I think it's like maybe a couple of hits that you can take.
Yeah, you probably like it. Yeah, like, you wouldn't keep with it, but you would enjoy it.
Twitch Prime is becoming a very attractive service, and shameless plug, but on top of that, I think most of you guys know, but you get 1 free sub a month to a channel of your choice with Twitch Prime, and that all you have to be is an Amazon Prime member. I mean, I'm an Amazon Prime member not because of Twitch Prime, that's for sure. I order so much stuff from Amazon, so to get 5 games a month on top of a free sub and this and that, I think it's a really, really cool service at this point, and getting better as time goes on, so that's really neat. Epic Games has given out $12 million worth of Paragon assets for free.
That's insane.
That is insane. They're doing so well with Fortnite that this is just like FU money to them. Like they're just like, I don't even care anymore. You have it. Have Paragon.
It's insane to me, and I think it's a little obnoxious. Like not to go go
negative with
it. Of course, no, not to go. Of course, but like $20 for one costume, and a ridiculous amount of people are buying it.
What do you mean?
Oh, costumes in Fortnite are expensive as shit.
Oh, you mean in Fortnite? Okay.
Yeah, they're basically $20 for a costume or $15 for a new pickaxe.
Yeah,
for the good ones.
Yeah, they're raking in the cash right now. But this is a really cool move on their part, and a great PR move as well.
It sucks that the game's shutting down though.
It does, but now honestly, like somebody could recreate a lot of this game. They have the assets to do it if they wanted to. That's the thing is when you open up something like this, maybe you would know Jersey Tom, but like. Can somebody just recreate Paragon at this point and they're not in the wrong?
Theoretically speaking, they could, because, I mean, it's a very simple, nobody owns the formula to the game. Right. And if they're just going to give out the assets, yeah, theoretically speaking, if there were a group of fans or programmers who love the game that as much as they do, you know, they could set up their own private servers and keep the game going, even though it's essentially dead, but you know they have to code the game and essentially remake it, but all the hard work of the assets is already done.
Things like that have happened before. You've got those diehards, you've got those nuts out there, and you know, you never know. Paragon was a small community, but it might have been a very passionate community, so it'd be cool to see if somebody gives it a shot.
Very, very passionate community, so I would expect that there's got to be somebody among them who might try to make it happen.
Yeah. Bummer for Tomb Raider fans out there, especially Miss Mel. Tomb Raiders 1 through 3 supposedly are no longer being remastered. They were going to be.
Sucks.
I'm not sure why the hell they would decide not to. Seems like it would have done just fine.
I feel like they just don't want it to happen now that they have the whole reboot in place. Like the reboot.
I feel like to go back and release 1 through 3 just means more exposure for the franchise as a whole, and to honestly highlight the changes from then to now and show how far the franchise has come. Although there are plenty of people that wish it would go back to this more
adventure
in more adventurous style. Yeah, where she's just a Tomb Raider, a diehard Tomb Raider doing it for sport, as opposed to a mass murderer, that she's become in the most recent Tomb Raiders. What do you think, Tom? Are you a Tomb Raider fan?
Yeah, big Tomb Raider fan. It's disappointing, but I can see why, because it's exactly as you said. Those games play completely differently now. And if they were going to go back, I mean, they could theoretically go back and try to do it kind of like in a Twin Snake scenario where they took MGS2
right,
and then use that to recreate MGS1. They could do it, but I don't see I think there's a lot more work to go into it, and they're definitely not going to do it if they're all in on this gameplay style. They're going to have to rework a lot more than just using the skeleton of the game.
Yeah, right, for sure. All right, I'm going old man for these last couple.
God.
Lego The Incredibles is officially announced. It was originally leaked through some toy packaging, Mike.
I hate you.
Toy packaging for the Lego Incredibles movie. And a lot of people really, really excited about this, Mike.
I think this will be fun. I think it's about time they go this route. I think these games definitely deserve this type of treatment. More than any other property, so they go this way with the Pixar style games, especially something like The Incredibles. Can you imagine if now, instead of doing more superhero ones, which they can still do, imagine if Lego just started focusing on Disney properties and made one for each major, imagine what's it called, not Up, what was the other, Inside Out, an Inside Out Lego game. That absolutely could have been one, but this speaks well of it because it's superhero.
I mean, superhero games work so well with Lego,
right?
So, I mean, this is just the way to go, especially with the movie coming out very soon.
I'm psyched for it.
What do you think, Tom? You an Incredibles fan?
Yeah, my question is, are they going to try to incorporate Wrath of the Mole Man into this game?
Yes.
They feel it's almost retconned at this point, right? Because the start of the movie, they just punch him out immediately. What happened there?
But look, I think it's great for Disney, and look, if they keep this relationship going, then maybe they'll incorporate more Disney properties into Lego Dimensions, and then we're going to get Disney Infinity all over again.
Yeah, I thought. Wait, is Lego Dimensions still alive?
I think it is.
No, they're done developing for it.
Oh, they are done with developing.
I thought they were.
Yeah, they're done.
Which is a bummer because that had potential as well.
Oh, it had a lot of potential, but the problem is those Toys to Life type things just didn't.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of a fad.
Yeah,
there. I agree with that one. Yeah. I feel you there.
Yeah, but look, I mean, Disney getting on the Lego train. I mean, that's only good for them, and I think they should absolutely try to get Incredibles in there. They should try to expand the properties, get Big Hero 6 in there.
Oh my God, Big Hero 6,
dude! Imagine that type of corporate buyout. Imagine if Disney acquires Lego.
Honestly, anything is possible with Disney at this point. I'm just waiting for them to buy WB.
Games still has.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Wait until Disney buys WB and they get all the DC stuff, and then they have Marvel and DC, and then as a part of that, they get WB Games, and then that means Lego, and oh my God.
Bow down to your corporate overlords.
Just they have everything.
I hate you.
So just kind of dangerous at that point, I think. Well, hold on, we got one more thing here. We got the February 2018 MPD results. All right, here. We're going to go through software first here, okay? We got Star Wars Battlefront 2. It made it, Mike. It made it.
Yeah, but what sold better than Star Wars Battlefront 2?
There's Sims 4. Sims 4.
Sims 4 sold better than Star Wars Battlefront 2. Congrats, guys.
That's rough.
You're making it.
That's rough. Sword Art Online. After that, Fatal Bullet, I think it's called. You also got Fever 18, Assassin's Creed Origins, Madden NFL 18, Bayonetta 2.
Sucks to see Bayonetta 2 so down low on there, but
yeah. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is getting in there. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild still holding on.
That's crazy.
Just out of the top 10. You got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and then we're in the top 10 now. Super Mario Odyssey, number 10. Mario Kart 8. Then Kingdom Come Deliverance, UFC 3. Shadow of the Colossus, exclusive to PS4, still making the charts, even at $40 revenue only, and it's at the number 6 spot. That's pretty damn good. Shadow of the Colossus there. I'm happy about that. We got Grand Theft Auto 5. What the fuck is going on with that game? I don't understand. How is that still in the top 5? It just doesn't make any sense anymore. We got Dragon Ball Fighter Z, number 4, NBA 2K18, number 3, Call of Duty World War II, and the exact same top 2 actually. Call of Duty number 2 and number 1, hold on tight, Monster Hunter World in the number 1 spot. What do you think of that one, Jersey Tom?
I mean, Monster Hunter World is a phenomenon now. I mean, look, and it's crazy because they tried so hard with so many different games. They tried with Lost Planet. They've tried with a couple other ones to try and get that formula in there. And finally, who knew? You just need to release a Monster Hunter game, and now all of a sudden the Monster Hunter formula works for a whole bunch of people.
I'm not old anymore.
Sense. You're done?
I'm done. I'm not old anymore. No, man, I've never been into Monster Hunter, and I'm not sure why I'm surprised that it's doing so well, because it's always done well.
Yeah.
Especially on handheld. For the longest time, it did tremendously well.
But nowhere near these numbers.
No, not like this.
Now.
And what's really great about it is it's not just in America. It's doing well in Japan and Europe. It's doing well everywhere. It's really a mega hit for them at this point. So good for them. Definitely going to be another one of those coming in the near future for sure.
Well, I don't think. I think they're going to actually try to do more with this one and try to support this one as much as they can before they start moving on to trying to make a separate one. Because I mean, they're releasing a whole bunch of free monsters, from what I understand. I think we just really got a new one released not too long ago.
Oh, nice, very nice. As far as hardware goes, total hardware unit sales, dollar sales, and average pricing were all up by double-digit percentages in February 2018 when compared to a year ago. Console hardware spending reached the highest total for February since 2014.
That's the launch.
Yeah, since launch.
That's insane to me.
That is insane. That's a really strong uptick there. Sony's PlayStation 4 is back to being the best-selling, but it sounds like it's really close. The Nintendo Switch is right behind that, although PS4 is the best-selling console year to date. Over the first 12 months on market, the Nintendo Switch has achieved the highest install base for a console platform in history.
That's awesome. I love
Amazing start for Nintendo
Came out
Switch.
Of nowhere too.
Yeah. Imagine a year and a half ago, we never would have thought that Nintendo Switch would be. Yeah, we were all making fun of it, man. We were all making fun of it. Let's be honest.
It just looked like another Wii U.
It did. It really did. But they made the right tweaks. And although it has its issues for sure, there's definitely some things about that console that just kind of make no sense to me. It has the games. It started off having the games right from launch. Had an amazing 2017 with Zelda and Mario. And then this year, they're probably going to have Pokemon and Metroid Prime 4. Like, holy shit. Like, that's an amazing year again.
Pokemon game on a console.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year for the Switch once again. All right, and that is the Rapid Fire News Roundup. We got you the entire time this time around, Jersey Tom. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks for dealing with my some Wi-Fi issues that I had earlier.
No worries. We were happy to have you on, and thank you so much for the support tonight too with the tips. Cheers, I should say.
Hey, no problem, man. Like I said, apology bits.
Apology bits. Appreciate that. All right, take care, man. Level up.
All right, peace, brother.
All righty. Oh, we got Kelly in there. I wonder if she's interested.
No, she came on, I think, just to yell at me.
Okay. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I said something about Dragon Age not being as important as
Oh, you know what? I'm not surprised she's a Dragon Age girl. Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure that she came on because I thought I heard her almost say something. I think she backed herself out when she realized we were just going to move on.
Gotcha. So. All right. We've got one more segment before we move on to Topic of the Week and Sub-Only Chat. It's that community-focused segment of the show. What's it called, Mike?
Miss Spaces.
Miss Spaces?
Miss Spaces.
It was the Paces?
Mm-hmm.
I said driving with Miss Daisy. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? On the spot, guys. Every week you can go on our Discord. Once again, discord.gg/levelupnetwork. Jump on that On the Spot channel. Submit a hard-hitting question like this person did. Dear the Level Up Show, due to the news that Valve may start making games again, what type of games would you like them to make? This came from Ginkgo Swag, also known as Zach. Honestly?
Half-Life 3.
Yes.
No.
Yes, they need to.
Why? Why do they need
to? Because it's been too long. They need to respond to the demand. It's been there for years.
But do they need to make a Half-Life 3?
Yes, but they need to do it in a cool way. Here's how they do it. By announcing Portal 3 and not actually revealing that it's actually Half-Life 3. Merge the universes together. announce Portal 3,
have
and then
like Shell like just show up and
not exactly, but like maybe halfway through the game, like you start realizing like, holy shit, this is like starting to connect directly storyline wise into Half-Life 3, and by the end of it, you realize you just played Half-Life 3, but also Portal 3.
I think there would be a lot of very upset people on that.
Really? I think that would be amazing.
I would love that.
I think that would be amazing. Left 4 Dead is definitely one I'm seeing a lot of people say. Half-Life
that's what I want.
3 card game.
Oh my God.
have to imagine he's being sarcastic.
I would imagine he is, because I think, isn't Valve coming out with a card game?
And that's one of the big complaints, is they're not doing what people know and love them for.
Right.
You know, the AAA console and PC games, they're doing card games left and right, and just they're not going back to what they're known for, what people love them for. And that's what they responded to. They said, we're going to go back to being a maker of video games, like retail video games. Right. And that's what people want to see. I don't want them to change as far as that goes. I want Portal 3, I want Half-Life 3, I want Left 4 Dead, I want Team Fortress. You know, I want them to stay with what people love them for. I don't want them to change up their recipe.
No, absolutely.
Stay original.
I think also too, I'm wondering if they're seeing the competition in Blizzard. Like, I feel like I wonder if it's one of those things like, hey, remember you know what Blizzard's doing with like Overwatch and Dota and all, remember when we used to do stuff like that? We could definitely do that again. Like, there's so many people that, like, I remember when Overwatch came out, people were like, I'd rather go back to playing Team Fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because it had similar, there's a lot of similarities between the two. So, they could actually make it work. You know, Left 4 Dead, people love Left 4 Dead. I would still buy a Left 4 Dead game if it came out.
I feel like a Left 4 Dead game now makes more sense than ever.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Just the style of game, not so much in the zombie way, because I still feel zombies are oversaturated, but that co-op experience, the in and out style of it, they could even, I don't know how exactly, but like maybe there's a way to incorporate what people love about Battle Royale into that in some way. It just all multiplayer, nothing but multiplayer, just a Left 4 Dead multiplayer game, and don't even have to do single player. Make it $30, $40. I think people would bite the shit out of that. But I don't know. Hopefully, they're true to their word. They are saying that that they're gonna go back to the OG days, be a maker of games again. All right, thank you so much, Ginkgo Swag, for that. Donk says, you guys, this is really foreshadowing to the new engine being released. Whatever they release will be community content creator focused. That would be, I think, a little bit of a bummer.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think that would be a bummer, though. I don't think that's what people want from them, that's for sure.
Right. I think people are just getting their hopes up. Realistically, if they're releasing like full-fledged games, all I care about right now is Left 4 Dead. That's the only game I would really need from them.
Yeah, I remember when this question was brought up on our Discord, that's what people were saying. They were saying Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. I don't need another Half-Life. People talk about it all the time, but I don't think it
I never played it, I'll be honest. I played parts of it.
I played the majority of the second.
Yeah.
What was it? The 2 and the
Episode 2, whatever it was called. Yeah.
yeah.
I played Portal 1 and Portal 2.
Right. Oh,
Those
yeah,
were excellent games. Never played Team Fortress.
Really?
No. You know me, back in those days, I wasn't playing multiplayer games at all.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, not at all.
I never cared about Counter-Strike.
Alex says, like, yeah, the Half-Life 3 meme will die if it's confirmed. Like, that's the thing. It's a meme at this point. Like, they need to end it. We need it to end. Like, we need to move on from that. They either need to say, like, it's not happening, guys, ever. We're done. Half-Life 3 is never happening, or they need to freaking make it.
John, the weirdest game adaptation for Battle Royale mode would be Tetris. I mean, that was the question, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I feel like any puzzle game, really. There's a lot of games that
I'm just
really
saying,
don't make sense.
like, anything with people in it could absolutely be a Battle Royale game.
Yeah.
You could do Hello Kitty Battle Royale.
You could.
That would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. Really, yeah.
Each other.
You're going to see a lot of freaking weird Battle Royale games coming out. Everybody's going to jump on that bandwagon this year. It's going to be fascinating to see. All right, guys, let's go to the final commercial break of the night. I don't think we have any wheel spins when we come back, so we can move right into sub-only chat and move right into topic of the week. Although we'll come back and do that lip sync challenge.
Yeah, well, I got to do that soon because I got to head out.
You got to head out?
I
That's fine.
Be at work at 7:30.
Oh, geez, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, guys, we're going to go to commercial break. Do you want to head out now?
I'll do
we'll do lip sync challenge. You want to do that now, and then we'll go to commercial break. That way you can head out. All right. We need to figure out what our lip sync challenge is then. Let me change the audio delay and all that. Not really.
Pac-Man Battle Royale.
Make it happen, man. Make
yeah,
it happen.
we are fighting to get the big blue one.
Yeah.
The big orb, and then so everybody else turns blue.
You can make it happen.
Oh my god, now I need that.
Yeah. He is the storm.
20, 1v20 or 1v19.
Yeah, right. Spend the night, Mike says to Punch.
Oh man.
No. All right, let's see. Mike's going to look up a song. Or you guys can leave some suggestions for a lip sync challenge right now. We didn't get any torturous stuff today.
No.
Not at all.
Thank
No
God.
Vegemite, no Bean Boozled, nothing. It was a good night for non-torturous wheel spins. PUBG, all combat pug. Oh, I read that wrong. He said PUBG. All combat pug battle royale. Just all dogs, just pugs.
That'd be awesome.
I totally read that wrong. The box. Oh, you mean this box? Yeah, you know, let's open that up now while you're here too. Box. Yeah, while you're searching. Let's do that now. Let me see if I can open this with my fingers. Although Jameis freaking seals these things up, man. You don't mess around with these. You put so much. Sorry for how loud this is. Oh my god. This is from Jameis, guys. Dirty Habanero in the chat. He often sends us... Oh my god. He often sends us boxes with goodies. And we're going to open one up and see what it's all about.
Real quick, the top one. That one.
That's a great song.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Cool. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, we got multiple boxes in here. Okay.
He goes, I'm a mailman. I know better.
Yes, I know. That's exactly what it is. Sorry for all this crumpling stuff. That sounds awful.
One for me, one for you, one for Danielle.
Oh, okay.
I think Danielle gets the sour candies, I bet.
Oh my god, he put the... Oh, I love these candies. I'm so happy he put them in there. I don't even know where to start. We got cream wafers. Dorian flavor.
And then one for everybody.
Dorian flavor.
Oh my god.
Cream wafers. Here's the thing, though. I thought Dorian actually doesn't taste bad. It just smells bad. Will these smell bad?
No, I think they're just going to... So we now get to know what it tastes like.
Yeah, I guess we get to know what it tastes like. That's amazing.
That's awesome, dude.
That's really cool. I feel like we shouldn't do this now. I feel like we should save it. We got a bunch of Super Cola, which I'm so happy about. These are really good, these Super Cola. They taste like Coca-Cola, but then they also fizz in your mouth. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Oh, okay, he labeled the boxes. Good. Jameis, do you want me to open up my box and Mike to open up his box now?
Which one's that one?
This one's mine. So that one's here, I'll give it to you. This one's Danielle.
Okay. So I'll have Danielle do hers on the stream Tuesday.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what Jameis says about us opening up these boxes.
Why don't we do everyone's?
The Super Cola not in box is for whoever has the most wafers. So that means we have to eat the wafers? Let's do that next week.
Okay.
And that'll determine who gets Super Cola. Okay, we're opening these up.
God, so we all get roasted sunflower seeds. But, oh god.
Hey! He gave me Super Cola. Never mind, I don't need it anymore. I'm happy. He knew me so well. Super Cola is the best.
So we all get this candy. Or this snack. We get roasted sunflower seeds. I love sunflower seeds, don't you?
I like sunflower seeds,
like
yeah.
sunflower
But what flavor are they? Ginger. Ugh, no. I hate ginger flavored stuff.
Are we doing them now?
I guess we could try if you want. He said he forgot about the seeds. Alright. I'm not looking forward to this at all.
I don't smell anything.
If it has like a light ginger flavor, that's fine. But
I'm gonna say get like 3 in your hand and just like suck on them.
Suck on them?
Yeah.
Okay. I
You
got
ready?
4.
We're close enough.
Ready?
Go.
Oh no.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't like it. Oh! No, I don't like it at all.
No, it's bad.
This is like being boozled bad.
Oh my god.
This is really bad, dude. Do you like this? Ugh. Oh, I gotta spit it out, man. Okay,
They're not that bad.
They're bad, dude. They're bad.
The initial thing is you don't know what to expect out
I'll
of them.
spit it out. Oh, like it. Oh, like it. Yeah. I'm taking a Super Cola. I need to wash that taste out of my mouth. Super cola! And it starts off super sour, too. That's the best part.
Yeah. Oh, here's everyone's box.
Yes. Don't even know what's in those boxes anymore.
We always want to know what's in the box.
What's in the box? Thank you so much for another follow. That one came from Cares. It's almost like how Rick says Carl in Walking Dead.
James,
Carl.
I'm gonna have Danielle open her box on stream on Tuesday.
Oh man.
We're gonna dive into Danielle's box on Tuesday.
All right, Chode, welcome to the show, man. Everybody, give Chode a warm welcome.
And thank you so much for your package.
Thank you so much for your package. Yes. Thank you so much for your package, Coral. All right, I'm centering myself, I guess.
Sorry, bud.
It's all right. Understood.
That's what she said.
I'll go reaction screen for the rest of the show.
Oh, nice. Oh, quite.
Drive Safe says, DePonch.
Appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
Don't dive too hard, was what New Dubs was about to say. Shout out again to Chode. Oh, I gotta unlock the door for you. Shit. Yeah, you did. Guys, let's go to commercial break. Commercial break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let Mike out. And actually, I'm gonna take a bathroom break as well. So give me like a minute and 30 seconds. We'll come back. We'll do the hype train with God of War. All right? Hold on tight. We'll be right back.
It's about
Who do we have on the Discord?
We got Review Guy and Bowser.
Let's bring them both in. We need to do the hype train, man. Whoever else wants to get in on this, if you are a sub or a patron, jump on our Discord. We're about to bring the hype train into the station for God of War. All right, guys. All right. Who do we got? We got Bowser.
Yeah.
We got Bowser. We have a Review Guy. You here too?
Yep.
All right. Nice. And anybody else that comes in, Kelly, just drag them right on. We're gonna bring everybody in. We're opening the door when it comes to Discord. But when it comes to the chats, guys, moving forward, topic of the week will be sub only on each episode of the Level Up Show. That means +1 posse only. Let's head over and lock those doors. Boom. +1 posse only, guys. We're going to head into sub only chat right now. Subs only. So if you want to become a sub, of course, you can do $5, $10, $25 tiers, or you can also use Twitch Prime to become a sub for free if you have Amazon Prime. All right, guys? And we'll do that until the last couple minutes, and then I'll exit out of sub only chat, and we'll welcome everybody back.
That was a sick animation.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Kelly.
Really sick.
It's pretty amazing.
Nice. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. I've been working on it for like a month. It took forever to make that. I made that frame by frame.
Do you use Flash or? How do you make all those animations? What do you use?
I used Revit, and I individually rendered all of the different screens. I rendered like 500 different frames, and then spliced them together.
Look at you amateur filmmaker.
That's the only way I can do it. I do not have access to the animation software that would made that so much easier. So I had to do it the only way I could. So
that's just dedication.
Yeah.
So
thank you. Appreciate that. Let's head over to the reaction screen too, so we can zoom in a little bit here. All right, we'll zoom in. All right. So first thing we're going to do actually is we are going to watch the commercial, the Arrow commercial for God of War. Has everybody here seen this so far on Discord?
Yep.
I have not.
I have.
Okay, Kelly, you are in for a treat. You're going to be very regretful that you are not into God of War in about like 10 seconds here. All right, guys, let's check out the Arrow commercial. It's only 60 seconds long for God of War. Coming out on April 20th. We're almost there. I'll go full screen for you guys too.
My son, we do not fight because the world makes us fight. We fight for a greater purpose. forge into the unknown to fulfill the promise we made. No matter the darkness, nothing will stand in our way. Again.
How badass is that?
The graphics
Pretty
are
badass.
amazing.
Well, yeah, it is a CGI trailer, of course, but the game really doesn't look that far off of that. It really looks unbelievable. We're about to see the full 15-minute gameplay that came out this week, where we'll play that entirely through, and we can talk about the bits and pieces of it as we go along. What were you going to say, Kelly?
Nothing. It just looks good. I don't know. I don't. That didn't really tell me much about what it was about, but it did make me kind of interested.
So, God of War takes place in Norse mythology. This is a sort of reboot of the franchise. The original trilogy and the side stories that were on PSP and even Ascension all took place within the Greek mythology. So, without going into too much spoilers, the end of the first trilogy ended with a little bit of an ambiguous climax for Kratos, the character. You're not entirely sure what happened to him. Might have died, might not have died. But now he's back. He's in Norse mythology. He has a son, and they're on some type of journey together. And he's teaching his son the ways, and also trying to learn his son in the process, who might be a sort of demigod himself. But as far as the overall story of the game, we're mostly in the dark, actually, on this one. They're keeping it close to the chest, besides that it's this, father-son road trip in a sense.
I kind of like how it has like the father-son duo, kind of like in The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie.
Right,
so.
Yeah. A lot of people comparing this to The Last of Us, saying that they're taking inspiration, some to a negative degree, saying that they don't like that God of War went from being this classic character action game to being The Last of Us wannabe. Does anybody here agree with that?
I don't think so. I don't think The Last of Us has a hold on parent-child relationships.
Right. I would agree with that. I think that there's definitely certain animations and mechanics that share similarities with The Last of Us, but God, there's so much more beyond that. I mean, like we're seeing right now with his axe, I think it's called Leviathan, the way it recalls and the way you're able to actually aim it at the limbs of the enemies and sweep out their legs, and then have Atreus, your son, follow up. Maybe he jumps on their backs and then you focus on their legs. There's so many dynamic moments that happen as a result of that axe. And that doesn't even bring into the equation the shield as well, which can expand off of your arm, your forearm at any moment. There's a lot going on here. If you really pay attention, you can see some really, really cool moments, such as pinning an enemy against the wall with an axe, keeping that axe there, then fist fighting with your son, against the enemies, and then recalling the axe like Mjolnir, like Thor's hammer. And this is just like very early on in the game we're looking at here. That like the amount of stuff you might see when the weapon branches expand. Because this is more RPG than we've ever seen for God of War. It has these branching, level up skill tree and so on. This is a very deep game from what we can tell.
I was just gonna say, it kind of looks like, in a way, Dark Souls a little bit on how he's dodging.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's intentional. If you guys have watched any of the interviews with Cory Barlog, the game director, the first thing he says is, we're very big fans of Dark Souls here. But the reason he says that is he's trying to tell people at the same time, this isn't Dark Souls. It has inspiration from Dark Souls because they all love Dark Souls, but it is still God of War. It's still a little more action-based, a little more fast-paced, but it has that defense as well, where you can see him holding up the shield, him strafing and rolling out and waiting for that right moment to attack, which I think is great that it's a little bit of both. You can definitely see that here with the big troll on screen, the way he has to utilize the shield and wait for the right moment occasionally. And on top of that, your son is entirely AI, but you have one button on the controller that is dedicated to Atreus, which allows him to shoot maybe an electrical arrow, or even just distract the enemy for a moment so that you can get the upper hand. It all is on one button and one button alone. They wanted to make it as simple as possible, but also make it feel like Atreus is his own living, breathing character that doesn't need your input that much. He can handle himself. Which I think is really cool, because I think a lot of these games, you're hand-holding the AI, right? You're worried that it's going to die. Atreus can't die as far as I know, and you don't really have to worry about him getting in your way. You know, I think some people would even say that Ellie would get in your way occasionally when you're trying to hide behind an object in The Last of Us. You know.
Well, look, as long as he doesn't end up being like Sheva Alomar in RE5, then I think we're going to be okay.
Right. We've learned from those games. Like, we've come a long way. This is cool too, as you can see here. The axe is not only used for combat, you use it for puzzles as well. Very simple puzzle here, but still, just adding that little mechanic of having to look up, see the chain, throw the axe at it, and the animation on the axe, man. The way it retracts to you, and the little magical effects surrounding it. And I have to imagine too that you have different runes you can attach to the axe in the game, and it's going to maybe change the look of it. Maybe you get like a fire rune, and it maybe adds fire effects to the axe, sort of like what we're seeing with Ni no Kuni 2. Actually, with the swords, they have fire effects sometimes, or ice effects. That would be really badass. Do you guys think there's any chance we get a different type of weapon than the axe?
Oh, I think 100%. Yeah, 100% they're going to get us something else.
Do you think it's going to be the Chains of Olympus?
I don't think so. I think we'll get like the Thor's hammer kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Along that.
Do you think Thor? A lot of people are talking about the first boss. Everybody's talking about how being this really emotional moment in this epic boss battle. Some people comparing it to superhero-esque for some reason, and for that reason, the speculation is that you might face Thor early in the game. But that would be pretty amazing. I'm not sure what to expect from that. Supposedly, it's not like an epic in scale battle. You know, it's a very personal battle, but it has the feeling of epicness simply by, I think, the emotion that's involved. And that's all I know. I don't want to really know much more than that. But that's so great to hear that so early in the game, within the first hour, people are already emotionally connected to the story.
Well, it's funny because people are speculating that you'll fight Thor, but I heard there was also some rumors that maybe Atreus is Thor, and maybe it becomes Odin.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay.
Because we're talking about Norse mythology here, and necessarily it doesn't start with Owen. It starts with Ymir, who was the frost giant.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow.
And the only reason why I know this is because I just finished Hellblade, and that kind of explained everything.
Yep, I went through Hellblade as well, and I felt like that was a precursor to God of War in some ways by bringing me into Norse mythology. I thought that game was excellent. It was one of my game of the year for 2017. Actually, I thought it was that good, and it got me really excited to enter into the mythology, the Norse mythology, because it's not something that I know remarkably well. You know, I've seen Thor, and you know, I know some tidbits about Loki and all that, Odin, but my knowledge is pretty bare bones, and I'm really excited for them to bring a lot of the enemy types and the classic characters from that mythology into this game, because this is the start of a new, I don't want to call it a trilogy because we don't know for sure, but this is not going to be the only game in the Norse mythology. This is just the start of Kratos within the Norse mythology. So I would be a little surprised if this one ended with Kratos being, you know, Odin and Atreus being Thor. But that's a cool theory, one that I've never heard before, actually. I'm not down on it. You know, they would have to execute it in a really cool way, just because, you know, he's Kratos. How do you make that work? But
yeah,
you know,
it's interesting because he does mention that him and Atreus, they are not mortals. He mentions that in some of the trailers. He's like, we're not like other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's definitely some. I think they're going to play a bit on the fact that they're both demigods,
for sure.
And that may play into, I think, them getting, because the only thing that we know that exists, we don't know if Asgard exists, but we know that Valhalla exists because Atreus specifically mentions it.
Yep. And on top of that, we can tell from the story trailer that released, I think, at E3, that it's also about tempering the rage inside of Atreus. He has those same traits that Kratos has. And Kratos has grown a lot since the original God of War trilogy. You can tell that. Learned some lessons, I would say, and he's trying to imbue that knowledge into his son, who was going through a lot of that anger that he had. I'm not sure why entirely. Maybe it's because, I mean, we can maybe assume that he loses his mother at the beginning of the game. That's a possibility. Maybe he has a lot of anger as a result of that, and Kratos, having experience with that, of course, has to teach him the ways. I think could result in a very emotional story. Cory Barlog, the game director, he actually took a sort of, I'm not sure what to call it, like a vacation from video games to go into film. He actually, studied under some, I'm trying to remember the director he studied under. He was actually studying under a pretty well-known director, learned a lot, and it was one of the main inspirations, I believe, for him wanting to make God of War a one-shot game, if you want to call it that, where the camera never cuts. You never, go into a cutscene with, a cut to black. And in all the cutscenes, it's all the camera moving around the characters. It never cuts or transitions in any way. Thank you, Rick. It was George Miller, who of course is an amazing director. So I think that's something that a lot of people won't appreciate, but I certainly will. Coming from somebody who loves film, I noticed those kind of things. I noticed from that very first reveal trailer, before they even talked about it being no transitions, I noticed this was all one shot. There was no transitions, no cuts, no anything in this trailer. And I thought that was really remarkable that they're going to try and achieve that with the entire game. Do you think that it's something that could actually improve it beyond just like, oh, that's cool? Like, is there something more to it than that? Any of you guys like feel like it's more than just like a hey, that's cool,
I mean, I definitely appreciate like not going cutting to black for like a cutscene, because that really takes you out of the immersion of it,
right?
Kinda.
Right.
So I think that's really cool that while you're playing a game, it's like you never left and you're just there for the scene as well.
Do you think there's any chance that it could actually be a detriment where they try so hard to make it, no transitions, that they have to force it into certain parts? I mean, that's the job of the cinematographer, right? He's got to try and find a way to make it work in all moments and make it feel personal. I feel like that was the main reason, is to have this close, over-the-shoulder view as opposed to the pulled-out view from the original God of War series. It kind of goes hand in hand with there being no transitions. Like, you are really up close and personal with Kratos throughout this entire game.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can make a cutscene like while you're moving the character in a way, while you have like the let's say the creature bashing through a wall and you having a conversation with other characters. I mean, you can still have that. You don't need to have like a big cinematic feel to it, in my opinion.
No, you don't have to. I think some people expect it from God of War, but I think we're still going to get that in a lot of ways. I mean, we're already hearing about that first boss battle. With even it being smaller in scale and personal, it has that epic feel of God of War. And we've seen the huge snake. I'm trying to remember the name of what that's called in Norse mythology. You have any idea what that snake is called? The one that's seen. What was that?
I believe it is just called the World Snake.
The World Snake. I think you're right. World Serpent. World Serpent.
World Serpent.
Yeah. And it's like miles long, right?
Oh yeah, the thing's huge. It spans several miles. And
it seems like it's not going to be a boss battle. It actually seems like it helps you in the game.
His name is Jormungandr. Jormungandr.
Okay.
It's the snake that wraps around the world that in Norse mythology, when it eats its own tail, is when Ragnarok will begin.
Wow, okay. Interesting.
I know that because there's a statue in Houston where I used to live that was like named after that, and I had to do an art thing on it, so I did this whole like research into like Norse mythology for a whole semester. It's pretty cool.
Well, there you go. See, you already have some emotional investment in this then, Kelly. I'm going to rewind this here for a sec, because a lot of people were worried that the brutality might not be as strong, but take a look at this moment here with Kratos beating the shit out of this enemy. Look how brutal this is. The blood splattering over Kratos' body, and he just keeps punching, fisting, kneeing, and then he breaks its neck. Like, it still has that. And I feel like that is important. Like, Kratos has grown as a person, and he's definitely not as angry as he once was, but to remove that would have been against his nature. He's brutal, he's visceral, you know, he's violent. So I feel like it's important for him still to feel that way in this game.
I think that's more brutal than the couple of God of Wars, because you got that racked zoom of him just bashing his head in. So
right, and here now we have the first look at the upgrade system. You can see you can upgrade the axe. You have different attributes on the right there. You got HP, of course, but you also have strength, runic, defense, vitality, luck, cooldown, and you can even put armor on. Although I didn't really like the look of that armor. This is like a full RPG here in some sense. It kind of reminds me of Horizon Zero Dawn in that way, which I was not expecting. I didn't expect it to be that deep. But I'm happy that it is, because they're talking about this game being 25, 30 hours long, which is also unexpected. Even on the behalf of the developers themselves, they expected this to be like 15 hours. And then as it went on, it just kept growing and expanding in scale. And now it turns out they're saying Corey has gone through the game himself multiple times. He said 25, 30 hours is looking like the longevity, which I think is great. That's a perfect length for me at where I'm at in like my gaming career, I guess you could say. I don't want things that are like 100 hours long anymore, but something 25, 30 is like that sweet spot in my opinion. But yeah, I think this looks unbelievable, and I think a lot of people were a little nervous because they hadn't shown a lot of untouched, like untransitioned gameplay, and now with this 15 minutes releasing, all I'm seeing is like full steam ahead hype train. Are you guys on board? Like everybody getting this?
I wasn't in the beginning. I was like, oh, it's another God of War hack and slash game. I'm kind of bored of them. But now seeing this, I'm like, I'm all in.
I'm on board.
Yeah. Now,
review. This might be a call out of sick from work kind of game.
Yeah, man. I wish I could do that, but I'm going to stream this for sure. And this is what I wanted from God of War. I wanted to become this, and I was cool with what God of War was originally. I love that franchise, and I love that series, and I thought 3 especially was such a great climax. But we had 6 games in that franchise in the typical character action hack and slash. I really don't think it's a problem to reboot it in a sense. And I honestly don't think we would even be getting God of War unless Corey pitched it this way. It sounded like Sony was done with the franchise after Ascension. They thought that it overstayed its welcome, people were tired of it, but then Corey came in, he gave his pitch on what he wanted it to become, and they're like, okay, yeah, let's do this. So I don't think people should be complaining, because this is a new God of War that you probably never would have gotten if it wasn't done in this way. You know?
Well, I'm sure he probably just pitched it as, hey, it's going to be like Last of Us, and they just said, here, take the money. If it's going to be like Last of Us, take it.
Yeah, you know, and again, like I feel like that might be a little bit of a disservice, though. I hope people don't hear, oh, it's God of War, The Last of Us, you know,
100%.
Dad of War. I don't want people to think that, because it separates itself enough from The Last of Us to stand on its own. I think just when it comes to PlayStation, so many people want to associate things with The Last of Us because it's masterful, and with Part 2 coming as well, there's still a lot of hype associated with that franchise. But God of War still, if I remember right, was the best-selling first month PlayStation 3 game. That first month was over 1 million. It was like 1.5, 1.8, something like that. It was the best-selling PlayStation exclusive of the entire generation in that first month. So and then Ascension was a huge step down, but it shows that God of War is a huge franchise, and I think that this is going to be huge for PS4. I really do.
Yeah, it's going to be big for Sony.
Definitely. All right, and that is the full 15 minutes gameplay reveal. There are a few other videos you guys should check out, though. Interviews with Corey, a little bit more of an explanation on the battle system. There's a 3-minute one. That one's 15 minutes, done by PlayStation Underground. They also talk a lot about the different mechanics and what they played of it. I think 3 hours were available to a lot of different guys. Kind of Funny did a really good explanation, although that one gets pretty spoiler Re, I should say. So you might want to watch out on that one. He talks about that first boss battle in a bigger way than I think some people wanted him to. Greg Miller. So keep an eye out for that one. Be careful if you want to go in fresh, because I think this is going to be a big surprise from a story standpoint. I think they're gonna throw us off and do a lot of twists and turns. But thank you so much. Who do we got on Discord? We got Jersey Tom. We also had Bowser. New Dubs Order. Did I hear from you, New Dubs?
Yep, that was me.
That was you. I thought so. Review guy was here as well. Thank you so much for joining, guys, for Open the Door segment.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
All right. Hope to see you again next month for Discord night. All right. Take care, guys. Level up.
Level up.
Level up.
Level up.
All right. Let's head back out of sub-only chat here. Nope, did not mean to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to unlock the door every time we exit sub-only chat. All right. There we go. Sub-only chat turned off. I think that should do it. Still getting used to my hotkeys. Welcome back, everybody who was not allowed in. Kelly, you as well. Thank you so much for sticking around to help me out there, even though you're not feeling well.
That's anytime.
All right, guys. I do not believe we have any more lip sync stuff to do. Or wheel spin stuff to do, I should say. I think we're good. But thank you so much. A lot of support tonight. A lot of cheering tonight, for sure. Let's go a little bit through the list right now. I want to check it out. Going back and forth between Donk and Bowser, man. Those two going back and forth with the biddies. And then Baz with the stagger, $33.33. Huge. Buddy Doze with $10. Really appreciate that, buddy, if you're still here. And then we also had the resub from Split Maniac and the Twitch Prime sub from Donk tonight. So a lot of support, a lot of follows too. I see a lot of follows came in. Really appreciate all the follows. Keep them coming, guys. If you are new, if you are just hearing of the Level Up Show, the Level Up Network, we hope you come back. We do a talk show every Sunday here at twitch.tv/levelupshow. So hit that heart button, turn on notifications, make sure you get alerts whenever we go live. I'll be back on tonight, Monday night. I'll be doing Bloodborne tonight, and then Wednesday I'll be doing Ni no Kuni, and then Thursday Bloodborne again. I'm going to alternate between the two of those for the next month until God of War releases, and hopefully I can get either Bloodborne or Ni no Kuni or both done by then. That's the goal, at least. And I think that is it. Thank you so much to our producers, of course. They are on Patreon. $25 and above makes you a producer. Or if you are a tier 3 sub here on Twitch, that also makes you a producer. So we've got Dirty Habanero, we've got Baz023X, Alex Bustos98, Kelly Jellyfish, and Meepo, I believe, are all of our producers. Am I missing anybody, Kelly? I think those are all of our producers. She might not be here anymore. I hope I got everybody. Thank you so much to those that support us in such a huge way, especially considering the full-time dream is within reach. We're now up to 3,600 almost, especially if you can incorporate all the cheers we got tonight. We are on our way. We're a third of the way towards the full-time streaming goal. All right, I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single person that watches. Hit that follow button. Maybe hit that sub button to go towards the next emote unlock and towards the full-time streaming goal. And I hope to see you tonight for some more Bloodborne. Until then, take care, and as always, don't forget to level up.